It's bloody hot, Walshy boy. It's. I'll put it that way. It's bloody hot. It's way. It's way too warm. Okay, so I guess this is our interface. And look, it's quite convenient, right? If this is the interface we got, then that's quite cool because we're going to have a camera on the side. It's not going to block anything, right? So we've got this is our search thing. What's this? Options. Options. Video subtitles. Yep. Anti-glare. Whoa. I suppose that's like an effect to make it look like make it seem like you're watching a TV, right? I don't know which of those. What do you guys prefer there? Honestly, I mean, that's just like taking off all the glare off the screen and it's putting the glare back on. Your daughter's watching this too, and it's the first thing she said was, "He's just a new Doctor Who." No, we haven't started yet. We've only. This is it. I pushed the start button, and this is what we get to look at. I've done nothing yet. I'm just. All I've done is clicked on the options button. Okay, that's your search history, I guess. And it automatically put the first search word in, which is murder. Let's look at these readme files first. Alright, introduction to the logic database. Computer technology is the backbone of the modern police work. Logic database is one of the many continuing efforts to digitize our workflow and preserve evidence in a manner which will allow you to work more efficiently. Yep. Computers are going to continue to be most valuable item in your crime-fighting toolkit. Yes. This database contains footage transferred from the existing homicide and serious crime tape archive at Portsmouth. Portsmouth, I believe, is where where Sam Barlow lives, which is who's the guy that wrote this game. I think he's in Portsmouth. It's been automatically sorted using our ASR technology. Each statement made by the interview participants is stored separately so they can be tagged for submission to court. The audio has been digitally stenographed and the content of the testimony is attached to the clip. To achieve a clip, type a keyword, e.g. robbery, into the search word. Hit search and available clips will return. Okay, will return clips which the speaker uses for where the person uses that word. Okay, so you search for a word and it shows you clips where she actually says that word in the clip. Okay, to narrow a search you can use multiple keywords, e.g. robbery supermarket. If you're working from a printed transcript, you can even be more precise using commas. Okay. To store a clip for later on, you can click add to session. Also, if you wish to add additional tapes, additional tags of your own for future searches, please click use tags. Okay. Right, so once we search for a clip, we'll get clips here, right? Aha, okay, you get clips here, and if we save clips, they'll appear down here. And we've got 232 meg of local storage used. I wonder how much we've actually got. And what's the other readme? Hey, here's a database. I filed a Freedom of Information form to get you guest access. Everything seems to work. They transferred the videos off the videotapes in 1999, and then the Y2K thing hit and they got mothballed. No one has touched them since. I couldn't find the server with the detective shortage on. Possibly these tapes got damaged with the old archives when the old archives were flooded in '97. But figured this would be enough. Take your time, SB. Yeah, it's a simple database. Hang on, what I actually need to do, hang on, one sec. One sec. Alright. Okay, so. Pen. Pad. Hey Mason. So we've got a pen and a pad, so I figured note taking is going to be very, very important here. So I've got a piece of paper and I've got a pencil. So what we're going to do, we'll oh, DB checker, what's that? Hidden underneath. Okay, maybe let's keep that there. Maybe once we watch a couple of videos, maybe that will change and it'll actually start filling up. Maybe. I'm curious. That's hidden underneath the window. Right. Let's stick that up there. Let's stick that over there. Okay. Right. Our first keyword is murder. let's have a look, shall we? Let's click on the first video. 11 seconds long.
You think it's murder? I mean, clearly it's murder. What can I do to help?
What can she do to help? Okay.
Yeah, that's me. But February, that was months ago. What's that got to do with Simon's murder?
Okay. I'm gonna be writing down lots and lots of notes. Ah, that's not good, Hamrock. I'll wait for you to come back. February. Okay, so I got my first key. I wrote down February. Simon's murder is. I think that's what we're trying to establish. We're trying to figure out Simon's murder. Okay, we watched a couple of clips. Oh look. Okay, so we watched 2 clips. Now, if I click on this refresh here, it's actually got 2 little blocks here because we've got 2 clips. I wonder if there's any relevance to the colours, because one of them, I've watched 2 clips. We got 2 things appeared, and one's green, one's yellow. 7 seconds.
I didn't murder Simon. You've got it wrong. You've got the wrong person.
Okay. She didn't murder Simon.
I'd like to speak to a lawyer now. Please. You have no murder weapon. You have nothing. And all these stories we've been telling each other, just that. Stories.
Okay. She clearly did it. Case solved. Did you see? Yeah. Yeah. She's look at her face. Both of these videos. If you look at this one again. If you look at her face. Look at it. She's smiling.
You've got it wrong.
Look at her
grin.
grin.
You've got the wrong person.
She's, you look at the grin on her face. She obviously was involved, right? You can tell she was involved there somehow. Right. She may not have done it, but. All right. And there we go. I got 4. Okay. Okay. New search word. Let's start with February. See what else we have for February. Okay, we got come up with one more video. 15 seconds long. Okay.
Well, I don't know. I probably had to pop out and get something. That's why I was speeding. And that wouldn't have been noted on my timesheet. But I really can't remember back to February.
Okay. She was speeding in February. She did it! Arrest her! Alright, let's do the obvious one. And search for Simon. Because this is going to be obvious, right? There's going to be a few. Okay, so there's lots with Simon. As far as the game's concerned, it only shows you 5 results. So if you look here, there's 61 videos with Simon in it, and it's only showing us 5. So we'll work with these 5, and hopefully we'll find some more keywords to get to the next, right? Dry mouth equals lies. She had dry mouth there. Oh. Okay. 19 seconds.
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass. Simon does the more special work. Mirror making, feature windows, artistic things. Really beautiful things.
Okay. My pad is going to have so much shit on it by the time I'm finished. Hey, and then she said she couldn't do that in February. She picked a glass of water to drink. She's manipulating. Hey, Nexus.
Simon is 6 foot, darkish blonde hair, average build. He's clean shaven. If his beard grows, it goes ginger, so he shaves it. I mean, not that there's anything wrong with ginger hair.
Yes.
I bought a photo. They said a spring photo. This was taken last year on holiday in Rome. It's the best one I have.
That's right. Isn't that right, J-Lo? There's nothing wrong with gingers. Because, you know, there's nothing wrong with gingers. She likes a ginger, I guess. Oh, we're starting to fill up, I guess. I guess once you want, maybe, I don't know, this is probably representing all of the videos, I guess. You probably, I wonder, I'm not sure if you have to fill this thing up to complete, or whether you just have to watch enough videos to continue, but it looks like here, every time we watch a video, it adds a block, so this is how many videos we've watched altogether. So that gives you an idea of how many videos there are we can find. I am machinist. I thank you to follow. She moves a lot. She's probably nervous. Yes. Well, wouldn't you be if you was being questioned for murder?
It's the Rockington Arms, The Rock. It's run by a nice couple, Peter and Susan. There's some other regulars there that Simon likes to drink with, and the barmaid they're having sometimes, Helen. Peter said Simon had been in.
The doctor is in.
Hello, Night Rider. Okay, so let me just let's watch
it's
that.
The Rockington Arms, The Rock.
The Rockington Arms. Okay.
It's run by a nice couple,
Peter and Susan. I got to make my
There's some
keywords
other
now.
regulars there that Simon likes to drink with, and the barmaid they're having sometimes, Helen. Peter said Simon had been in and had a few drinks.
Okay. Can we just show the videos? You have to write. You got to search for them. Basically, you can only watch videos that you search for. So you put in a keyword, it shows you videos that come up, and you watch those videos, and you get keywords out of those videos to search for more videos. If you look under here, there's 61 videos where she says the word Simon, but it only shows us 3. So to find more videos, the other videos, we've got to find other keywords. So we got his surname. So Simon Smith will probably, if we search Simon Smith, where we get his surname, we'll probably get some more of these.
Yes, there's an Amstrad one. No one uses it for very much. There's a printer so you can write letters on it. Simon sometimes plays games. You know, Climb the Tower, Save the Princess, that kind of thing.
Doesn't sound like she's into gaming. He plays games on Amstrad. Oh my god! Amstrad? You know you want to search for porn. Can you type keywords you haven't... What? I don't know, what do you mean, can you type the keywords you haven't found? I mean, all I'm doing is watching these videos, and I'm writing, you can't read it, but I'm writing down notes on this pad of things that I think may be keywords. You know, like when she says a name of something or someone or a place or something specific, I've been writing it down so we can search for it. Well, this was back in the late 90s. I think these interviews, it said it was 99, right?
Simon isn't the type to run off or do anything crazy. Someone must have done something to him, or there must have been some kind of accident. So what do we do next?
Oh yeah, 1994. So 1994, gaming-wise, there's not much going on, right? So, okay. So we got everything we could for Simon on its own, anyway. Now let's put his surname in. Simon Smith. Oh, okay. Simon Smith only found 1. Wait, Bod, is that a real story? And I don't think so. I don't think it's real. I don't think it's not a real thing that happened, as far as I'm aware. It's just like written specifically for this, and these videos are recorded to look realistic, Mason. Right. So Simon Smith was a what we search for the place he worked for. Well, there's nothing else for the place he worked for. What about her vacation in Rome? What about her? What about a barmaid? Ah. What about a barmaid? What about a barmaid? Pretty sure historical fiction. Yeah, Gorlock. Hey, Gorlock. Yeah, it's not something that actually. It's just fictitious. As far as I'm aware, I don't know if it's based on a true event. I don't think so.
No. I think he spoke to Helen. She said he was upset about her argument, but I'm not sure what else he said. He likes Helen. He likes blondes.
He likes blondes, and she's obviously not a blonde, so she's probably not that happy with that. Oh! Oh shit, look, she's playing a guitar. Record her playing a guitar.
Could the hairs have come from somewhere else? I mean, could they... We have a lot of dolls in the attic. There's a Rapunzel doll with long blonde hair. Could they have come from there?
Will you be seeing, hearing any stars today, and what time of you are? What's your headphones? I don't know. It depends how long it takes to play this game. Shady Dragon. Depends how long it takes to play this game. He likes blondes, that's why she killed him. Could be. But probably not today, Shady. Probably tomorrow. If I finish this in with time to spare, we'll probably do a bit of warships to finish out the day, and tomorrow we'll do some Star Citizen. Motive acts as profit. So something, well, potentially, yeah. I wrote Attic down. I wrote Attic down and Rapunzel. So it's places, names I've been trying to write down, and we're filling this out a little bit.
This other person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything.
Blonde wig?
Have you looked at the cat flap?
Cat flap? And did you notice that one? She's got a tattoo on her arm on that one. I hadn't seen a tattoo before, although we probably haven't seen her with her sleeve that short. Hang on.
This other person doesn't exist. I don't know what the blonde wig is, but it could be anything. Have you looked at the cat flap?
Have you looked at the cat flap? Okay, so I wonder if because if you look here, we got 6 videos with the word. Okay. I was thinking, having the word wig, whether it finds this 6th one that we can't see here. 2.5 minutes. You're going to sing us a song. We can get to settle down. And
you want me to play something? I'm not the world's greatest guitar player. Okay? Probably needs tuning. No. How about a traditional ballad? Should be right up your street. Sisters came walking by the sea. Oh, the wind and the rain. The eldest one pushed the other one in. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. So they both had a love for the captain's son. Oh, the wind and the rain, but he only cared for the youngest one. Oh, the dreadful wind. Oh, the eldest envied her sister fair. Oh, the wind and the rain, with a pretty little face and her long blonde hair. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. She pushed her in and held her down. Oh, the wind and the rain watched her as she slowly drowned. Oh, the dreadful wind and rain. Oh, she floated up and she floated down. Oh, the wind and the rain floated till a ship came think that's a good place to stop.
I don't know what. I'm not sure what you mean. Do you mean her name in the game or her real name? How did Leo waste Infuse tire? Let's play something. Well, he must have asked, right? Because she said, "Do you want me to play a song?" And she said, "Yes," right? And so what I don't get here, right, is this look? If you look, it's not marked as. Why is it not? Why is it still marked as yellow? It's not marked as watched. When I've watched all these videos, they've come up as this little eye on it. It seems to indicate you haven't seen it. But this one, it's come up and it stayed on there. What does that? What does that mean? We watched it, did he? I don't get it. I don't understand. I don't understand why that hasn't gone green. Oh, okay. Wig finds 7 entries. Okay, Wig finds 7 entries. Maybe the file is broken. Watch it again. Yeah, we could watch it again. There's only, 2 nice minutes of video to watch. I suppose we all know news about. I don't know what you mean, Kevinator. I got no idea what news you mean.
A wig? You mean... But what type of wig?
Okay. What type of wig?
No, I've never worn a wig. What kind of wig? This was about 9. I went round and she was waiting for me. She was furious and so angry. The kind of anger you can only have towards yourself. We screamed at each other, argued, cried, we fought. I hit her back, left a bruise. I had my wig on from performing, she tore it off. Eventually, we grew tired of fighting and I left.
So she did say something in there about wearing a wig while she's performing. And I would take no note. Kevinator, that article is bullshit, honestly. I mean, Ben's already posted in that article, posted a response to those articles. I think PC Gamer did one as well, and he's pretty much posted that they're speculating. So GameSpot and PC Gamer are speculating. There's nothing official from CIG, so take no notice of it. I'm not taking no notice of it. They've not officially said it's given a date. You can turn the glare off, yes, you can. I want to leave it on. It's more realistic. I mean, this option here, you can like turn the glare on and off, but you might as well leave it on. It looks more authentic. And yeah, Kevin, as Parent have said, the same with the PC Gamer article. All they've done is they've read the letter from the chairman and they've speculated everything. Oh, there's a clock. Oh, look at that. What a shit clock. Alright, so this one's 2 minutes.
No. The parents decided there would be a wedding. And after the wedding, Hannah moved in with his parents. There was no way I could follow. So we were separated again. I stayed in the attic. It was hard. It's like I suddenly didn't exist. I would sneak out, but in case anyone recognised me, I started wearing a wig.
Look at me.
Hannah and I would meet up in the park. I was trying to get pregnant. But I couldn't. I couldn't do it with anyone we knew, so it was sex with strangers, drunk guys I'd met in clubs, parks and alleyways. I was 17. It felt like I was being punished. But it was Hannah who had betrayed us. I had to stop when one of the guys gave me an STD. When we met up, it was disturbing. For the first time, my reflection, she didn't look like me. She was fatter, flushed. If anything, I was getting skinnier. I don't know how to look sometimes. We talked about what to do. Was it time to become our own people? I mean, that seemed like the right thing to do, but neither of us wanted it. We agreed that her and Simon would get their own place as soon as possible, and then I could move in. And that was the plan.
Curiouser and curiouser. An STD! She had an STD and she got it from some dude in an alleyway. Oh man. What better place to get an STD than from some dude in an alleyway, right? Hey Steph. This is a game called Her Story. Yeah, I mean, I'm me too, Night Rider, and as I said, with that letter last week, we're going to be getting a regular update once a week. So rather than, I mean, for any of you guys that are waiting on FPS, rather than actually relying on these, looking at these third-party sites for news like PC Gamer and GameStop, every Friday they're going to be pushing out an update to us on how the FPS is progressing. So you can just wait for that. Who the hell is Hannah? I don't know. Yes, it seems like Hannah and Simon were a thing, right? I got a big list of shit. I'm gonna. All right. What about the other guys in the bar? Okay, so there's only one video where she referenced the people that own the bar. What about the bar itself? What's it? The Rockington Arms. Okay, cool. There's only one reference. Hey, we got a couple more references to the rock. Okay. Okay. Hey, Kimball. Hello, Retina. Hello, Bratazia. Try and butt stuff.
So, it was Friday evening. We had an argument. He left. On Saturday, he didn't come back. I waited all day. He was supposed to go help Eric out with something on the Saturday afternoon. He had a job. He didn't show. So Eric was ringing on the phone. I checked at the Rock, that's our local. They said they'd seen him on the Friday night, but not since. He still wasn't back this morning. It just isn't like him at all. Still not back by dinner time. It's getting dark again. So I decided to come and see you. His parents haven't heard anything either.
Some friends bought me beer when they were in England, Oxford last weekend. Hey Shantoki, you having a beer every day? Alleyways are have good STD benefits. Maybe. Hang on. So, right, this one first. This one's like five days.
Oh God, I don't know. I mean, I guess the Rock. You've spoken to everyone there. Someone must have seen where he went. I don't know. So many things could have gone wrong. No one has been in the last few weeks. We had a plumber come in 3-4 weeks ago. Someone knew from the Rock.
Okay. There we're starting to get little things kick in. Let's try let's go to the try Hannah because these videos are like the older ones. Some June, July. See what she's got to say about Hannah, because Hannah was the floozy that he was living with, and she was living in Yatik, right? But it's 18 altogether, and we got 5.
My name is Hannah. Hannah. It's Hannah. It reads the same backwards as forwards. It doesn't work from Eric though, it's not quite symmetrical, but well, you get the idea. Sorry. Hannah Smith. I live at 31 Gladstone Street.
So, she said her name's Hannah. Does that mean... Has she got some split personality or something, do you think? Because she was talking about Hannah in the other video as in like the third person, as if it was someone else, right? So if she's talking about Hannah in that previous video as if it's someone else, does that mean she's got some sort of mental deficiency? I think she's losing. Hang on. Damn it! I should have. No one there. Let me just. We'll add that one down at the bottom.
What are you doing talking about you? Yeah, I don't know. Twins, may I don't know. Maybe.
Yes, my name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry.
Wait, hang on. She's obviously hooked up to a lie detector here, saying...
Yes, my name is Hannah Smith. Oh, shit. Sorry.
So do you think she's purposely done that to kind of... so she doesn't get caught out in a lie there, maybe? I mean, is she really Hannah? I don't know.
Across the road, where my parents first lived there, was a midwife called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time. The midwife was there to help. I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't.
Definitely twins.
She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
Definitely twins. I mean, that's kind of that one. That's kind of giving it away, right? Yeah. Definitely.
She recognized me from the window. She told me to come inside, and she hid me. They had made the attic into a place where Hannah could play. There was a dollhouse. She hid me up there. No one else ever went into the attic. It was her place.
It's starting to get a bit... It's starting to get a bit flaky. Alright, Right, search for tattoo. Just, what the hell, why not, right? I didn't have tattoo written down, but... Right. Tattoo! They asked you to tell a lie at first to calibrate. Ah, okay.
No, he doesn't have any tattoos. He has a scar down here near his stomach, past his hip. Cut himself with some glass. That was before, a long time ago. He looks just like the photo. He's not got his glasses on here though. He takes them off for the camera. But he needs them to see properly, you know. He has to read. a newspaper or a menu in a restaurant. Not book so much, or watching TV. Relax TV.
Who doesn't like TV in the 90s?
Oh, my tattoo. I got it to express my individuality. It's an apple and a snake.
Apple and a snake. Okay. Again, like this. I mean, here when we watch this video, it doesn't mark it as viewed.
Oh, my tattoo. I got it to express my individuality.
Oh, okay.
Got it to express my individuality. It's an apple and a snake.
So it's kind of weird that some of the videos don't tag as read, as watched, kind of thing.
So I moved out. Got a small bed set. Got my tattoo to mark the occasion. I was singing in a bar in the evenings, so I had some money, enough money to cover my rent. And I've been doing something similar ever since. I haven't put down any roots. I don't exist.
She doesn't exist. Yeah, because if you look at that one, obviously it cleared it. I don't know if it's a bug or if it's trying to tell us that there's something important about those videos.
He saw me singing one of my shows. Pure chance. Not sure I remember what he was even doing there. Afterwards, I had a drink at the bar and he came over and we got talking. I knew who he was. Obviously I knew who he was. But he didn't know who I was. He was fascinated by the likeness. He guessed my name from my tattoo. Told me it was a palindrome, like that would impress me. I enjoyed talking to him. It was amazing to be able to sit and interact and talk to him after all this time. He didn't tell me he was married. I'm not sure what he was thinking. He later told me it was like he was dreaming. A waking dream.
You can't see the tap when she has shoots. Yeah. Yeah, it was that. She did one of those videos. She did kind of make some mention about potentially being a twin. I guess there's other things we'll see that will kind of scan that up. Let me just. Glasses. Okay.
He wasn't present so much. It was one of those arguments that had been simmering for a while. The present was a mirror, a nice mirror. He'd engraved the glass, the kind of mirror a princess would have in a story. He made it specially for me.
Okay.
Well, on his clothes, that would make sense. He made it by hand. I mean, he brushes the silver onto the glass. It's not how they make mirrors these days. I mean, he made the mirror and he gave it to me. His body did not real. His throat looked like his throat had been cut. And I didn't see his glasses. There's these thick glasses. Doesn't always wear.
Let's see if we can get does she sing anymore? Ah, she only sings once.
Yes. Yeah, it's my guitar.
Yes, it's my guitar.
No. No, Simon didn't play guitar. He wasn't very musical. He liked to listen, but he was tone deaf.
Oi, oi, look at me.
Thank you very much for the host, Captain Richard, and also Supreme Tokyo. I hosted a bit earlier and I totally I was in the middle of it was a video and I forgot to say afterwards. Thank you, Supreme Tokyo. Bruises. 5. Okay. See, keywords are working. My keywords I'm writing down, actually finding stuff. Are you taking notes? Yes, I've got a notepad. I'm noting words down and I'm typing in words that I write down. Like bruise I wrote down on my piece of paper and that's given me 4 new videos.
Bruise? Oh, yeah, no, it's nothing. I was going through the top cupboard in my kitchen and the chair slipped and I kind of hit the door with my face. It hurt like hell.
But look, no tattoo here. So when was that? And that's what we're saying now. She went at the video we had that was on the 3rd of July. She said that she got the tattoo to mark, you know, was it is one of these we saved? I think it's that one there. She actually said that she just got the tattoo on the 3rd of July. So this one on the 25th of June, there is no tattoo. It could be because she didn't have it, right? There's this one here.
Across the road, where my parents first lived there,
No, it wasn't.
was
this
a
one.
midwife called Florence.
That's where she was talking about being a twin.
What people will admit to.
Damn it, that's, yeah, so there was one with a tattoo that she said that the tattoo she just got it.
The bruise. I have a really fast metabolism, so stuff like that just comes and goes. I don't know if there's much more that I can tell you that I haven't already told the other policemen. I found the body.
But it could also be that there's, I mean, like there's like some clips, like this clip here on the 26th or the 25th, you can see the visible bruise on her face. The one day later,
Bruise.
it's totally gone. So
Oh, yeah, no, it's nothing. I was going through the top cupboard in my kitchen.
it could be
and the chair slipped
if
and I
she's
kind
got a
of-
fast metabolism, but it could well be twins working together. You know, potentially, right? Could be. Because she did mention that there was another one. There's another one of her. There's 2 of them.
If one of us got hurt, the other one would have to be hurt too. A grazed knee, a bruise. When I lost my tooth first, we had to pull our harness to match. Once, I slept with a boy who was seeing another girl. The girlfriend came up to Hannah the next day and punched her in the face, gave her a huge black eye. That night, she had to do the same to me. She almost went too far. I couldn't see out of that eye for days. She snapped frozen peas up for me from the kitchen. So much of our bodies was synchronized anyway. We started our period on the same day. All our childhood diseases, stomach bugs, nits.
Yeah, so there's either, I mean, from what she was saying before, is either she's totally fucking nuts, or, you know, they were twins, and one of them was thought to be dead at birth, and they kind of found each other later, and she's hiding in her attic, and they pretend to be the same person. So it could, yeah, it could be that it's a person. It could be a split personality. It could be that there is another one, but we, you know, it's hard to tell at the moment. But there's definitely two people here. Whether it's two people that split personality and she's just a bit loopy, right? Or yeah, or there's two of them. Okay. Probably it could be a little bit of both, Cherry. Could be a bit of both.
The difference is, she's a better driver than me. She passed the test for us. I tried to take it and nearly crashed the car. Learned that you can't rely on confidence to get you through everything. She is the shy one. She was especially shy around boys. If Hannah liked a boy, I would have to pursue him. It was that way with Carl. Hannah met him first. She had such a crush. I let him take my virginity after a night that his band had played at. It got difficult. When I was with Carl, we would have sex, but Hannah couldn't let him see she was a virgin. She had lots of excuses. After a while, we decided that I should take Hannah's virginity.
What?
It's not that different to a bruise, pulling a tooth, a graze. We used a hairbrush. After that, we took it in turns, though I was always the one who seduced the boys. Until Simon.
Wow, indeed. What? Wow, yes. She took her sister's virginity with a hairbrush. Is that what she said? Fitting a red shirt, she touched the other side of her face when mentioning a bruise. Yeah, I suppose so. I mean, there are little things like that that we're probably supposed to, where to pick up on, right, Shantucky? Alright, look, we're getting there. We're filling up this thing slowly. What else? Okay. Let me just note some of this. No, let's note some of these keywords down that I wrote down. What have we got about the attic? There's going to be loads of videos about the attic because that's where she lived. Oh, it's 12, okay, so we can see 3 of these.
Yes. I inherited it from my parents, so it made sense to move back. Me and Simon. Felt like going back to old ways before the pregnancy. Reminded me of being a girl, a dollhouse in the attic, old things. We didn't sleep in my parents' bedroom for a long time. We decorated it as soon as we moved in, but it was another year before we started sleeping there.
Moved into her parents' old house.
Yes. I read a lot as a child and watched lots of TV. Then the doll's house we had, we still have in the attic. It's kind of a fairy castle. We used to play out there and make up our own stories.
I'm not sure where the dollhouse came from. I don't know if it was given to them or they inherited it. I mean, they wouldn't have had the money to buy it. It was so huge. It must have been taken up to the attic in parts and then reassembled up there. It's a beautiful thing. Wallpaper to scale, little furniture, the lights work, mirrors, beds, big duvets and pillows. We spent hours and hours playing in it, invented all these characters and families who lived there. We wrote paperwork for them all, passports, diaries, gave them all really elaborate stories. Once, a moth got trapped in there. We'd left a light on. It was making the most horrendous noise. We tried to kill it, but it was tough. We ended up crushing it under a copy of the Arabian Nights.
Hey, Dactylus. Yeah, well, she mentioned throat in the previous one when she was talking about seeing the body. She mentioned that it looked like his throat was cut. I mean, throat is a word I got written down on my piece of paper. I just got lots of words written down on this piece of paper. But they did mention the. She did mention when she saw Simon's. It looked like his throat was cut. There's only been one mention of it so far, of talking about the throat. But it's on my piece of paper, and I'm going through the words I've written on my piece of paper in the order I wrote them down. So. Killed him off. Admission to murder, Jerry. Yes. Admission to murder.
I guess you could call it that, but we were both happy to get married. It was a beautiful wedding. We had our first dance to Come Back and Stay. I'm not sure if that's a good wedding song, but I loved it. I chose it. I mean, it was genuinely our first dance. We'd never danced together before. It was probably awful to watch, but I enjoyed it. It felt like it was just me and Simon for that moment. Just the two of us.
Just the two of us. Okay.
We spent the wedding night in a hotel in Brighton. It would have been too much to do more. We were saving for the baby. It was wonderful to be in a hotel, away from home, just alone together. Since then, we've always tried to get away for our holiday.
Brighton's not a bad place. I've been to Brighton before. Why is she hiding her arm, hiding her one arm during the wedding video? I don't know. Both of those videos, she's got her arm under the desk. But they're both the same time. I have to see if we see another one. If we see another one that's around that, the other videos are around that date on the 25th, about that time, see if it's the same.
Yeah, that's Simon's watch. It was a gift from Eric. He got it this year. It was a wedding anniversary gift. Steel. It would have been Diane who chose it. She has really nice taste. That time, you must eliminate me. I was in Glasgow then.
That time must eliminate her. She was in Glasgow.
Yeah, we were 17. It was a nice wedding, people said. Simon looked very handsome in the photos. His parents paid for everything, but he's an only child, so it was important to them. It was what they called a shotgun wedding, but if you looked at the photos, you couldn't tell. The dress was beautiful. It looked like Princess Diana's. The train wasn't quite as long though. There's a great photo of the bridesmaid helping to carry it out of the car.
Okay. We're getting there. They were 17 when they got married. Okay. Ah, 10 videos about being pregnant. Okay.
I got pregnant. Both our parents had a big powwow. We weren't even in the room. And they decided we should get married.
Well, there you go. They started having sex around 17. She obviously got pregnant at around the same time, and her parents said they're going to get married. So, and if you look at that video, this video here was the same timestamp. So this is the 25th as well, and it's around about the same time.
I got pregnant.
The other one we just looked at, where you mentioned about her arm under the desk, that was around a similar time. It was a few minutes before this, and her arm's on above the desk. So that's definitely the same timestamp. That's within a few minutes. So. But her arm is above the desk on this one.
Yes, I'm fine. I won't be sick again. This happens some days. I'm pregnant. This morning sickness.
She's pregnant again. Okay.
No. Well, yes. You found out on my birthday. I told him I was pregnant.
Yeah, you've either got to find, I mean, to get the others, you've either got to find, use multiple keywords, because if you can search for multiple words. If you put like 2 words, it will search for videos with both those words. So this will show you 10 videos with the word pregnant, right? But if you search, change your phrase a little bit to add a second word, or maybe change it from pregnant to pregnancy, it might change the ones you see.
It's Rapunzel. The story starts when she's born. Mother Gothel, a witch, takes Rapunzel from her parents and keeps her locked up in this tower. Rapunzel gets pregnant by the prince. Mother Gothel is furious, so she cuts off her hair and throws it. Actually, her hair's already short here, so that's already happened. But she throws her into the wilderness, and Rapunzel is reunited with the prince, who's blind. But she kills him with her tears, and so it's a happy ending. Is that too much?
She cures him with her tears. Because again, some of them they're not flagging as being watched. I don't know why. It's kind of weird.
When I arrived in Glasgow, I was exhausted. The streets were empty. I was driving badly, and I hit a taxi. Not a big crash, just paintwork. The guy was so pissed off because I didn't have a driving license on me. But when I told him I was pregnant, he made sure I got to the hospital so they could check me out. It was fine. The hospital must have details when I was looked at. There's a scratch on the car.
Okay. Yeah, because this is, I don't know why this one's not, why some of them don't get marked as red. It doesn't make sense. But yeah, so you got pregnant as a keyword, which shows 5 to 10. There's 5 more. Pregnancy showed a different one.
Hannah had a miscarriage. This was late in the pregnancy and it left her infertile. Felt like the universe had corrected its course. We were aligned again. But Hannah and Simon were still living with his parents. They were married. Simon had a job at the Glaziers now. Eric had given him a full-time position after he left school. And then
Whoa! Cops are coming. Do you see that? The cops are coming. Rapunzel!
Sorry. The picture, the way it's drawn, just reminded me of the books we used to read as children. I read those fairy tales over and over, and they were so real to me. Rapunzel was my favourite. My brain is just full of it. Are any of these in colour?
Are any of these in colour?
Did I pass? Sorry, I messed it up with all that Rapunzel stuff. Do you need me to do that card again?
we were obsessed with fairy tales. Not just the pretty ones, but the traditional ones. They were dark and real, bizarre and violent. Felt like life. We had this huge old book that I think Mum must have bought from a library sale. The illustrations had thin tracing paper over them to protect them. They were in colour, shiny plates. At the front of the book was an index of illustrations. We read that more than the actual stories. We'd read aloud the captions and flip between the pictures. There was something intimate about peeling back the tracing paper, undressing the pictures. Rapunzel's hair is cut. The eagle plucks out his heart. The princess pricks her finger.
Okay. I still don't think we're really getting very far. Okay, who's this Eric dude? Okay, so there's 14 videos with Eric. So obviously if we use different key searches with Eric, then we'll be able to find hopefully more than some of these others.
He was wearing
A shirt.
a shirt, a blue turtleneck shirt and jeans. He has a watch. It's a really nice one. That was a gift from his boss, Eric. He had his coat, a long grey duffel coat, like Paddington Bear. He would have taken that with him. It's not in the house.
Paddington Bear. Hang on. Okay. I want to make sure there's no coat mentioned the coat.
Car that we share of Cavalier and a van he uses for work. It's owned by Eric, but we look after it. Both of them are there now, parked in the street. I'm not sure about the keys for the van. I can look for you when I get back.
Cavalier, what a wonderful car. What a wonderful
Yes,
car.
that would be in his wallet. It's a Visa, a silver one. He doesn't like to spend money he doesn't have, so he usually pays with cash. But Eric convinced him to get one.
Oh, Simon's got a Visa card. Oh my god. You know, credit cards back in the 90s was they were very in.
Eric was like an uncle to him. They were pretty close. They spend a lot of time with each other, especially when they have to go to conferences. Have you met his wife, Diane?
Have you met his wife Diane? Yes, I met his wife Diane. Well, technically we haven't met his wife Diane, but alright. So I think you said, hang on, where's this thing? I think you said if you use notes together, right? Yeah, so if you put two words in, it will search for videos that say two separate words, so... Okay, so Eric, boss. So you can use different keywords to try to get to the other videos. So there was... What do we have? We had 14 altogether, okay. That's 5, so this is 7.
Not really. He would go to the pub. He had his drinking buddies there, but no one ever really came back to the house. Sometimes Eric, his boss, and his wife would come over for dinner. That would be us returning the favour. Diane is a really good cook, into her trendy ingredients. And the last time Simon cooked something off MasterChef, he got the recipe off CFAX, and I did my Lloyd Grossman bit, commenting from the sidelines. I had to find fennel from the supermarket. Have you ever eaten fennel?
What the fuck is fennel? What is fennel? Hey Rampus, what the fuck is fennel?
Not really. He would go to the pub. He had his drinking buddies there, but no one ever really came back to the house.
What? We just watched that.
Sometimes Eric, his boss, and his wife would come over for dinner. That would be us returning the favour. Diane is a really good cook, into her trendy ingredients.
I don't even know what it is, let alone...
And the last time Simon cooked something off MasterChef, he got the recipe off CFAX, and I did my Lloyd Grossman bit, commenting from the sidelines. I had to find fennel from the supermarket. Have you ever eaten fennel?
No, I don't even know what it is. I don't know what it is.
Oh, okay. I parked up on the street. It was busy, so I parked down the end of the road. I walked up to the house, I knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag, unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. I could tell because the key wouldn't turn when I tried to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat wasn't on the peg. I couldn't see his shoes on the shoe rack. I shouted out for him. I walked straight into the kitchen. He usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper. He wasn't there. I touched the kettle, it was cold. I looked quickly into the living room, nothing. I walked upstairs to the bedroom, he wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. Then I had a shower. Whilst I was in the shower, the phone rang. I think it was Eric, his boss. I didn't answer it. Then I came out and I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, but I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. I spoke to him. Then I called Simon's parents. And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
Don't know. Hello, Steggers. Pappy. She might be a Black Widow. Well, maybe. What the fuck is fennel? Did she mention it more than once? No. What is fennel? What is... I don't know what it is. Hang on. Let's go here. Hang on. "61 videos obviously mentioning Simon." That's going to be a lot.
It was after dinner. I'd spoken to Simon's parents on the phone. I looked up for an early night and I suddenly had this thought. I think it was something his mum had said. She'd been speaking about old stuff.
Sad stuff.
Sad stuff. About when we lived there. About the baby. There's some boxes in the cellar, nursery stuff we never needed and I never had the heart to throw out. And I suddenly remembered that when I'd looked down there the week before, those boxes, that pile was in the wrong place. I went cold all over. I went down there with a torch and went straight to the back, and that's when I saw the bin bags.
Bin bags.
Pulled them open, saw the body. I screamed and that's when I called the police.
Okay. So the body was in a bin bag in the cellar.
Simon's parents offered to put me up, but I didn't think it would be a good idea. It would be too sad. Not right now. I'm staying at a friend's.
You know what? We gotta try it. So it's just we gotta search for Simon's cat because it's a TV show. Right. I know what. This might be right. I've got this brainwave to try to. I mean, like, basically, what we're searching for keywords that she says, right? We're searching for keywords that she says. What if we search for things like "I confess"? What?
Okay, you got me. I'll confess. We were there.
Search for things like "I did
It was
it.
a dirty weekend.
I killed him."
Simon was going to expense it, pretend it was a business trip. I used a made-up name. We stayed at the hotel, had room service, didn't leave the room, had a great view of the river, and you could hear the church bells. Like you said, it was very romantic.
I got a feeling you won't find it, honestly. I can't lie, that's too obvious, right? Hang on. Go back to my keywords. I still got loads of keywords written down. STDs. She likes talking about STDs.
I was living in the attic. It was a very hard time. I was depressed, was still pretty sick of the STD. And I came down one morning and they were dead.
What?
They were in bed and Both had been sick. They'd thrown up a lot. And I'd slept through it. The police said it was the mushrooms they ate. Dad was a mushroom expert. He used to take us picking with him, and he taught us how to recognise them. And there's no way he would have picked death caps. But the police believe that's what happened. They never even looked in the attic.
Talking about her dead parents. Oh, you just saw my reflection. Oh my god. So do you think she must have killed her parents with the mushrooms. She killed her parents with mushrooms, right? Wow. Okay, that's the same one. I don't know.
They said it was food poisoning. There was something in the food they ate. My dad liked to pick mushrooms, grow them too. They said it was the mushrooms. It was hard to believe. Death caps. They have a skirt around the cap. My dad taught me that. But, the police had no reason to think it was suspicious. They lived alone. And no one had any reason to hurt them.
It's... Hey, Falcon Punch. Yeah, it is very interesting. That's why I wanted to play it. It's very different. It's one of those games that I think it's relatively cheap on Steam, but it's one of those games, once you play it once, you're probably not going to play it again. But it's kind of different. But as you're unraveling this mystery, and I don't know, the more videos we watch, the more confused I'm getting about what the fuck is going on.
Yeah. The whole thing was wrong. The bags, I think they were from our kitchen. You could probably check that. I never go into the cellar. It's just a place we put things we don't need. Dad used to grow mushrooms there. The bags were taped up. I think it was parcel taped up. I think it was ours.
Yeah, it definitely looks. It's very cool. I'm fine. Obviously this is our database checker, so this is the amount of videos we've watched. That Falcon Bunch. Thank you to follow. So the green ones is the amount of every time we watch a video, we get a green square appear. The yellow square is the last video we watched, I think. So you can tell we've still got loads of videos to watch, right? Loads of videos to watch.
When will the police let me back in the house? They let me take a bag of clothes with me, but...
Okay.
I parked up in the street. It was busy, so I had to park down the end of the road. Walked up, knocked on the door, no answer. I took my keys out of my bag and unlocked the door. The main lock was unlocked. You can tell because the key doesn't turn when you try to turn it to the left. I walked in. Simon's coat was on the peg.
This is one that wasn't flagged
as... the shoe rack. I shouted out.
This is one that wasn't flagged as what?
I walked straight into the kitchen because he usually sits in there to have a cup of tea and read his paper, but he wasn't there. I touched the kettle. It was cold. I looked quickly in the living room. Nothing. So I walked upstairs to the bedroom. He wasn't there. I didn't search for him because it was pretty clear he wasn't there. I had a shower. The phone rang whilst I was in the shower. I didn't answer it. I think it was Eric. Then I was just exhausted. So I lay down on the bed and I fell asleep, though I didn't mean to. I woke up a couple of hours later and I was surprised to see no one in the bed next to me. And then I remembered where I was and what had happened. That's when Eric called again. This time I spoke to him. Then I called Doug and Eleanor. And then I decided to come and see you. That enough?
Okay, that time it's... Hang on. That time it actually marked it as watched. The last time it didn't. But actually... That actually showed us a little bit more of the clip that time. That's kind of weird, because that time it showed us a little bit more of the clip. We can see our search. These are all the words we've searched for right from the beginning. So you can always go back, right, and see. So the words we search for, you can go back and look at the ones. So the ones, everything that was more than 5 is ones that are additional clues, videos that we may not have seen. So basically, when we get stuck for stuff to type in, we can go back to some of these ones that have more than 5 and try some different keywords. But I still got a lot of shit written down on my pad. I don't know if I would touch a kettle. I wouldn't have a problem doing that, honestly. Depends if what the kettle's made of. I mean, the kettle we have in the kitchen here, I got downstairs. The kettle is plastic. You know, it's not metal. It's kind of black. It's on the out. If it's a metal kettle, then obviously if you touch it and it's hot, it's going to be hot. If it's not metal, then you're not going to burn your fingers as much.
Well, my friend Eve. I mean, she was a friend from when I was a kid. And she was always more popular with the boys, and I used to hate her for it. Really hate her sometimes.
Who is Eve? Who is this friend Eve?
Yes. We'd fight. We fought on the beach once, and I held Eve's head underwater. There was no one else around. It was at the far end of the beach, and I held her head under, and I kept it out. And for a moment, I just wanted to kill her and watch her drown. But that was it. It was just a moment. We made up afterwards. It was a love-hate relationship.
She is very disturbed, this woman. But I don't know which one. One of them's disturbed.
A police station. Yeah. When I was young, we ran away on my birthday. Bob Dylan was playing in London, and we thought we could break into his tour bus and have him take us with him. The taxi driver we paid to drop us off, I mean, we'd saved money, pinched a bit here and there to pay for the fare. He was suspicious because we were so young, so he told the police. So they came and picked us up and took me back to Portsmouth. My mum picked me up from the station. But I blamed everything on my friend Eve, so my parents let me off.
She blamed everything on her friend Eve. Yeah, I don't know. She's talking about being a friend rather than sister.
My mother called me Eve.
Uh-huh. Look. So there, okay, so that video diagram, that one says, my mother called me Eve, so... Okay, so maybe that is the case. It could be the name of the other one. Yeah. Did they have any more? Was it Amstrad, their computer? Okay. What have we got written down here then? Let's have a look at the house. Okay. Whoa. Yeah, it's getting kind of weird, isn't it? Right. Once over here. I'm down to like having about 11 things written on my piece of paper. I've still got 11 things written on my piece of paper.
Florence took me home with her. Mother hadn't been expecting twins and had a healthy baby. I guess she was just happy for Florence to clean up. Take away the evidence that this was anything but a happy occasion.
Okay, so who is Florence? Okay, hang on, let me watch this. This one here is the first time when we heard the name Florence before.
Across the road, where my parents first lived there,
The midwife.
was a midwife
Okay.
called Florence. When Hannah was born, I was born at the same time.
Yeah, twins. Okay.
The midwife was there to help.
I'm guessing.
I'd been throttled by the cord, probably wrapped around my neck by Hannah. The midwife told my mother I was dead. But I wasn't. She wrote all this stuff in a diary. Amazing what people will admit to on paper.
Do you think it's weird though, right? If she's trying to make it seem like obviously the when they was born, twins were born, whatever. The mum thought one of them was dead, and she let them take the. Because when she's talking later, she's talking as if she was hidden away from everyone, as if no one knew she was there, right? So surely when they realised she wasn't dead, she would have grown up with the rest of the family, right? That doesn't make sense.
Florence raised me in her home. I never left it.
Oh, okay.
She kept me out of sight. It wasn't odd for people to see a midwife with a baby, carrying in supplies, washing nappies, that sort of thing.
Aha.
I never knew any different.
I got it.
I grew up looking out of my window and seeing her across the road. I thought it was like a reflection in the mirror. She was me.
Alright. It's starting to make a little bit more sense now. Obviously when I was born, the midwife probably took away her because the midwife said she was dead, but the midwife kept the second baby for herself, which is kind of weird if they live across the road. So when she's talking about her and her friend Eve, obviously they grew up as friends and probably realised later they were actually sisters as we got older. Okay, we're getting somewhere, Darker.
Florence was a warm, kind person. But she was broken, I guess.
Maybe we'll find out. We've got 2 more videos.
When I found her diary, I also found a biscuit tin with other stuff in it. Older papers, letters, that kind of thing. Her story wasn't there. I never really spoke to her about it. I was far too young to really understand, I guess. I just put it together later, once I was older. She had loved children, planned to have a large family, but her husband died in the war. And that was back when you married for life. She never felt like she could marry again. Isn't that strange? She was a widow from her 20s. But, I mean, I guess it was different then. You know, you married for life and she felt she could never marry again. I guess it was harder, a war widow. One of the dead. I don't know, maybe there was more to it than that. I don't really know.
Don't mention the war. Oh, yeah, Dragon. So it looks like we still got one more video of talking about Florence left. But it looks like Florence obviously, her husband died in the war. She wanted a kid. She really wanted a kid. She couldn't have a kid because she didn't have a man, and she didn't want to ruin the memory of her husband by taking another man. So she stole a kid. Yeah, it doesn't look like it. It doesn't look like the baby was dead. Probably pretended it was dead, or.
No, it was just me and her. Eve was the name they were going to call their first child. They talked about it and were going to try when he came back. Florence's family had a history of firstborn girls, so they were convinced it was going to be a girl. It's hard to know if this is all true. These are stories I remember that I read when I was a child. Maybe I misread, maybe I misunderstood. Sometimes it's hard to remember what happened last week.
Okay. So now we know. Eve and Hannah, right? They're the 2 sisters. Eve and Hannah. Twins, okay.
Twins? Really? Are you really asking me that question?
When you get this lights flicker and you see this reflection, it's a bit troubling.
Are you out of your mind? Twins?
Hey, Frank.
There were always princes and princesses. They were the special people, more important than the other characters in their stories. We knew we were like that. Twins. Magical. We were the princesses. We had a poster of Princess Diana from the newspaper up in our attic. Had a pride of place. And underneath we used to put all our special things. When her engagement was announced, we were obsessed with everything she did. And later, when her life went so bad, we felt for her. Her divorce last year just kind of drew a line under things.
Wait, okay, so even Hannah, even Hannah, both, they were the ones that killed Princess Diana. Confirmed. Right? No? Maybe? Mirror, okay.
The mirror. I can't remember. I put it somewhere safe. Upstairs, I think. Haven't looked at it since. Silverleaf? No. He normally silvers them properly. This mirror, it's supposed to look antique. The reflection isn't as good. It's the perfect mirror for someone who doesn't like to look at their own reflection.
So... what else? I'm trying to think of what other keywords we can use to get some more from Mirror. We got 6 that we haven't seen. Because the Mirror is the one that he made, right? What about... We got a couple more names. Let's look at the other names. Ah, okay.
Was he my first? No need to be so coy. No, he wasn't my first. That would have been Carl. He was a local boy in a band. He was a bit of a shit.
Not yet.
But he was sexy. We were 15.
Not yet. I'm getting through my list. I'm almost to the bottom of page 1. And throat is written on the top of page 2 of my pad.
No, I was 15. Carl was older. 17, I think. I was really into him, regardless of how he actually behaved. Lots of drunken teenage sex. We did it in a church once. It's stupid. So he got tired of us and we split up after about 6 months. It was sad, but those early experiences, they help you realise who's really important to you, you know? Family.
Family.
Family. So, Carl fucked off, and then there were other boys here and there, and then Simon.
Hannah was so smitten with Simon. She started getting jealous, didn't want to share. Even the first date, we went to see Tom Cruise at the Old Odeon.
Tom
We
Cruise.
both went, kept changing places in the toilet. We only had one best dress, so we had to keep swapping clothes. Must have thought we had terrible bladder problems. The next date, It was my turn. At the end, I let him kiss me, but that was it. We didn't want another card on our hands, and the Ouija board had said to hold back.
Uh-huh.
After that, it was Hannah's turn, and she slept with him. Broke the rules. Deliberately broke the rules. She wanted to be the first to sleep with him. I mean, that's when she got pregnant. From that one time.
So one curious thing here, right, is obviously they were saying before that every time something happened to one of them, the other one had to do it. So obviously, when Hannah got pregnant, does that mean that she had to get pregnant too? Because, you know...
Family.
Right? Does that mean that she had to get pregnant too? I'm wondering if that's... Okay.
Yeah, when I was at school. I worked part-time in the front shop. It was sort of an extended family thing. My dad used to work there, my mum worked there before I was born. I took care of paperwork, filing, typing out invoices, that kind of thing. And it was a good job for a girl back then.
Yes.
I didn't work a till or anything, though. I was quite shy, so I wouldn't have liked to have worked a till.
So she tried and failed, right?
Can you imagine? I tried. I tried to get pregnant too, but
There
it
you
didn't
go.
happen.
Exactly, here it is, Doug.
I slept with so many boys, men. My body refused. I think my period stopped because hers had. I was prettier. I mean, how could we stay the same now? I felt like Hannah had really fucked things up. Set us down separate paths. We had become different.
Ah, you see, the very next keyword we searched for, fucked, answered that very question. Okay. What else we got on my bit of paper? Alright, so I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 words left on my bit of paper. One of them must look... Brighton. Okay. Ah, for fuck's sake. Wait, is she going to sing another song here?
Simon and Eric arguing? No, I can't imagine they'd be arguing. They get on so well. Unless it was something to do with work. Maybe Simon was being too much of a perfectionist. But I don't know. You should ask Diane.
We already searched for pregnant. Ricochet 191, thank you for follow. We already searched for pregnant before, and pregnant didn't show us that video. I think it's because there was more. There was more than 5.
Diane is really nice. She helps out with the glaziers, organises the Christmas party, that sort of thing. They have 2 kids, really sweet kids. She used to look out for me when I worked there.
Yeah, because look, if you have a look, if you search for pregnant, you get 10. We only see 5. So obviously it's one of the other 5. That one we just watched is one of those other 5. I'm wondering if we've got these videos here. These videos we're filling out as we're watching them. They're probably watching them in a chronological order here, I'm guessing. Hang on.
Yes, like a story. A beginning, a middle, and an end.
Just 1,100 Starliners have been sold, including more than double their projection. No, and that's already, and that's without any Q&As, Power. That's kind of good, right? Alright, so... Glasgow. Okay, so here, right, we've got 10 clips about Glasgow, and we can only see the first 5, so...
So I got in the car, and I drove. I just kept driving north. Just kept going, just wanted to get as far away as I could. When I finally stopped, I was all the way up in Glasgow. I was so tired. Just had to sleep. Yes.
I think it will, Cherry.
I was exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car. I woke up because a rubbish truck went past. I got some petrol, bought a coffee and a pastry, tried calling someone from a payphone, and then headed back.
Coffee and a pastry.
No, I don't think so. Glasgow was deserted that early in the morning.
Ah, we found 2 more of them.
What did your wife do? She didn't kill you. You think I killed Simon because he was having an affair? Well, I didn't kill him. I wasn't even there. I was in Glasgow worrying about whether my baby was still growing inside me. I mean, why would I kill Simon? I loved him. It's like I told you before. I drove. I took the car and drove. I don't have my own car, but I have a spare set of keys. I just drove north. I wanted to think, put some space between me and them. Everything I told you before is true. I stopped at Glasgow. I was tired, exhausted. I pulled out and I hit a car. My car was okay, but I was worried about the baby, so I went to A&E to get the okay. Everything was fine. Slept in the car. When I woke, I tried to call Hannah from a payphone. She wasn't answering. And then I decided to drive back. I had decided that she was more important to me than Simon.
Hang on, what? Hang on.
What did your wife do? She didn't kill you. You think I killed Simon?
The cabbie took her. Yeah. Hey, Dan. Yeah,
well,
we
didn't kill him.
We did.
I wasn't even
we
there.
had that video just now.
I was in Glasgow worrying about whether my baby was still growing inside me. I mean, why would I kill Simon? I loved him.
Because we saw it on a video earlier. That she was talking about the cabbie and about getting into an accident, and the cabbie took her to A&E when they was arguing, right? Good to see you, Dan. So I got a question, Dan. Are you done as well? I noticed that Matt kind of was saying on the Facebook that it was his last day today. Does that mean it was your last day as well, or did you depart a while ago?
Thanks. Please find Simon. I love him so much.
Wait, what?
Thanks. Please find Simon. I love him so much.
You're all out as of today at 2 p.m. Ah. You know what? If I could have lasted 4 more years, man, I could have got out with my severance pay. 4 more years. I left 4 years too early.
No. I mean, everyone loves Simon. He was so nice to everyone. He loves me.
Oh look, that's the song she played. Look.
Cute. He must love them very much. What ages are they? I mean, what if they were crazy? You hear about these crazy people all the time. I mean, why would anyone who knew Simon want to kill him?
I don't know. That's what we're trying to find out. "17 pictures about a baby." 17 videos, okay.
We couldn't afford our own place, Simon dropped out of school, went full-time at the Glaziers. That was Eric's generosity. We moved in with his mum and dad. They had a spare room for us and the baby, if it came. It was a nice change, time to myself, living there for those months, full of hope.
I'm still torn on whether this is one woman with a split personality and a little bit loopy, or whether there was two of them and they're actually twins. You know, obviously because of what Florence was saying about the other baby being dead and keeping her, I'm guessing it probably is two of them, right? But sometimes I kind of start to think she's just nuts.
No, I lost the baby. I had a miscarriage at 8 months. We carried on living at Simon's parents until, well, it was only a few months after. Yes. It was a shock to him. I mean, we never thought it was possible. I don't know what I hadn't decided whether to keep the baby. I wasn't really ready to talk to him about it.
The baby did it! Remember? The baby did it! The baby did it!
1984 was an awful year in the end. We were living at Doug and Eleanor's. I lost the baby at the end of spring and my parents died in the summer. It was a hot summer, a heat wave. So when they discovered the bodies, it was just awful. Because of the circumstances, them dying together like that, they brought in a lot of police. A forensic entomologist. I had to look that up. It was because of the heat. It was just awful.
That could be unholy. It could well be that there are two of them, and one of them, like the one that was living across the road, like Eve, she could well be the scatty one, and Hannah could be just perfectly innocent. I mean, it could be, right?
Then my parents died. It was the worst year of my life. A miscarriage and then my parents.
Yeah, I mean, earlier on she was talking about her parents eating. They was told there was some sort of mushrooms. But the thing is I'm not sure which one it was, because there's two different. We're seeing videos here from two different people, right? And one of them, I mean, this one, Hannah. I think this one's Hannah. This is the one that seems more innocent, right? The other one is the one that's a bit more outgoing, and the one that was talking about the mushrooms. Avesami, thank you to follow. Oh, there we go. This is. We should.
Across the road, where my parents first lived
No,
there,
that's not about the
was a
mushrooms.
midwife called Florence. Wife.
That's not the mushrooms. Damn it. No. Alright, we'll just come back to that. We'll search for my other keywords. I still got like 7 or 8 keywords written on my piece of paper that I'm just slowly going through. The baby's alive and killed them all. Starliner poops money. What? It poops money. You can see some good RPing on a Starliner, maybe. You know what, Gerald? You need to be able to replace some of those SIM pods with something else. You know, not sure what, but something else.
Well, fine, considering. I got back into the house today, and that was weird, knowing your people have been there through my things. It's like I've been burgled. Any worse, obviously. I don't know. I haven't lived in the cellar yet. They sent a cleaner in. As good as new, he said. But they had to throw some stuff out. Couldn't get the blood out. And I'm still waiting to hear from the coroner so we can get a date set for the funeral. It's going to be a cremation. So...
There's 3 more words written on my piece of paper from that clip. Damn it!
It happened very quickly. We hardly had to talk to each other. We agreed almost silently. The baby was what mattered. We'd help each other. We cleaned up. We bagged up the broken mirror, her clothes. They're gone. We took him down to the cellar. We knew we had an alibi, and we wanted the body to be found later. We wanted to have suspicion on us, so we could then disprove it, rather than have it linger. Better to keep the body in the house than risk being seen with it. The watch, that was my touch, to make sure the alibi stuck.
Okay. So when she's saying we, do you think she's talking about her and her supposed sister, or her and a third party? If you know what I mean.
Okay. I've given blood before. Do you need to take that for your records? Nothing like this has ever happened to me before. The blood. It's probably the worst thing that's ever happened to me.
That probably makes more sense, Gerald. Oh, we're filling up the gaps.
Like I said before, it was 3, something like that. I walked in, saw Simon. He was on the floor of the living room. His throat had been cut. There was a lot of blood. He was dead.
You know what I'm expecting? You know this. I don't know. This is probably just me. You see. We've probably all seen these stupid websites or apps where you get that face that comes out to try to scare you. I'm waiting for this. Is every time you get this reflection seeing you, every now and again, I'm expecting just to appear with some big face like that girl off the friggin' crazy Japanese movies with some big scream and just make us all jump. I'm waiting for it. If he put that in there, then Sam Barlow is going to get what's coming to him on Twitter.
She was sat behind him. She had my wig on. And she'd been there all day. And she had blood on her. And she was in shock.
I don't know, Par. I think these videos we seem to have different people, right? These videos seem to be the earlier videos seem to be a different version of her, or that could be the sister. It could be a different version of her, but I think the body was in the basement. When we first heard about the body, it was in the basement, in the cellar, in bin bags. It was tied up in bin bags. So. What I'm guessing they're doing is they killed the bodies with dead upstairs. The first time we heard about it, they're talking about they're dead upstairs, put in the cellar, right? You might find selfies of the baby killer. Maybe. Hey, white book. We might too. Right. Chit chat. What? What?
Yes, it was a cremation for the best. We both wore black and had veils, so it was easy. And after the funeral, everyone came back to the house. Hannah served up sandwiches, and I stayed out of sight.
Yeah, I think they said. I think so. You're right. I think they moved the body to make it so that it was there, because you were talking about they wanted it to be found. So I'm guessing that's maybe that's why they moved it. Thank God you didn't screw up like Tomo did. He typed yes. So if you type yes, what happens? Do you leave? I'm guessing that's what's probably going to happen, right? Because it says, "Are you done?" And I'm guessing if you say yes, I'm done, you're going to leave. Right, who is Doug?
I've been round to Doug and Eleanor's and they're very worried. I feel sorry for them. I got a job to contribute, you know. Doug knew someone and I got a job as a dinner lady at the primary school.
Oh, dinner lady.
He said it didn't matter if I could cook or not, just don't poison the kids. So you see, it's always been complicated between me and Simon. It's never just been the two of us. There's always been pressure. I hoover, I dust every week, maybe less. I once asked Eleanor how often I should dust, and she said, if people ask, tell them you do it once a week, but every few weeks is okay. I think she was just trying to make me feel better. I mean, when I was there, she was hoovering every day, you know, ran an ordered house. You know how that generation is, putting on a brave front. She has secret stashes of cigarettes. Doug doesn't even know she smokes. When I was there, I saw her. She has these sort of porcelain vases, ornamental, next to the Reader's Digest books. Cigarettes inside. And she still has them. And last time I was there, I looked in a vase. There was a fresh pack. I mean, all those years of marriage, and she still has a secret like that. It was supposed to be a secret. Just because Simon is dead, it doesn't mean I have to give up all his secrets. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to Simon. No one murdered my husband because he cheated his expenses for a romantic weekend in Oxford. When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book, the knock code. Something prisoners of war would use. We'd tap them out on radiator pipes or the attic floor. Dad thought we had mice, but they couldn't find any. Bought a cat anyway.
Knock code. She used knock code earlier. Yes, there was knocking earlier. Yes, there was knocking code earlier. You summed it up nicely, Diagram. What about the missus?
Yes. I speak with Eleanor at least once a day. Not that there's anything much to say. It's more just...
She spilled her coffee! Come on, let's watch her spill her coffee again.
Yes. I speak with Eleanor at least once a day. Not that there's anything much to say. It's more just...
You know what though? That's kind of sport the illusion for stackers. She's wearing pants!
When beautiful people died, we always felt like it was a sign. You remember Princess Grace? Grace Kelly? She died in a car crash the year before we met Simon. We used a Ouija board to speak to her, and that gave us the power to find him. That's what we thought then.
What?
That people who died tragically leave some kind of magic behind. We used to share dreams. We used to wake up and write them down in our diaries immediately and compare them.
What? She's starting to get me confused. More confused. She's supposedly Mr. Table. Yes. Pants spoiler.
No, he doesn't keep a diary. That's my thing. I've kept one, well, as long as I can remember, since I was a girl.
Can we read it?
It helps make sense of
That would
my
help a
day.
lot, right?
And when you're forced to put something into words, it just gives you perspective. Everyone's on the same page.
When I was 8, Mother died. She slipped down the stairs. It was an accident. I had read a diary at that point, and I knew she wasn't my real mother. So I burned the diary that day, and I left. Walked out and across the street.
Well, you got to think as well. There's two unholy. I mean, like that video there. She was talking about her mum dying. Who is this? This one is, I believe, it's Eve, who's the one that was living across the one that they thought was dead. So she died. Florence died when she was 8, and she fell down the stairs, and that's when she went across the road. So from that point on, she was probably living in the attic as like an unknown sister, right? I guess.
Just became our way of life. We would swap places and take it in turns to do things. And we were very careful. Whoever had been out that day would come back and write a detailed diary so that we were on the same page. We had a list of rules that said what we could and couldn't do in any given situation. It was exhaustive. We lived a second life through those rules. Rules for things that could only ever happen inside our imaginations. We would consider all the permutations of future events and agree rules to walk our way through them.
Okay. Mindfuck.
On his throat. How?
Hey, Captain. Hello, Captain.
Her story is that she'd waited for him to come back. She put on my wig, some of my clothes, pretended to be me. They talked. She'd enjoyed being me. He said he wanted to be with me. Then he took out a present. Another mirror. Just like the one he'd given her earlier. That unique present. She went crazy, smashed the mirror. They argued, screamed. He hit her. So she grabbed a piece of the mirror and just swung it round. She cut his throat clean open. She'd only meant to scare him off.
Aha. Okay, so we've kind of. Okay, so she witnessed a murder. Okay, so one of them did it. I got. Let's add that one down here. All right. slashing the throat is not scaring off. No. Maybe he's trying to slash at his throat and he just happened to hit him. Because that one was here. The yellow one is the last one we did. So this is obviously these ones. This is. I'm guessing this is like a timeline, whereas this is the videos up the top are the ones at the beginning of this, the oldest ones, and these are the newer ones. There's two more that we haven't seen that are newer than that. But that was the keywords I wrote down. So let's have a look. We got a lot of videos that we had lots of options for. We can try to find more permutations. So that's Simon. There's 61 videos for Simon. So we can find keywords to put with it to get some more. Here we go.
That's all that matters, really. The baby. Simon's dead, but the baby, that's how he will live on. Our baby.
The baby with two mums.
You're reaching here. Oh, I don't know why. No, I've never cheated on anyone. I've never taken anything from anyone. Simon's dead. But I have my baby to care
for. What?
Why are you trying to make me sad?
Why are you trying to make me sad?
Why are you so obsessed with sex and affairs? You cheated on your wife. Is this your thing?
She cheated on his wife. Do you want me to look up the knock code? What do you mean decipher what that knock code is, you mean?
An affair. Simon wasn't having an affair.
Well, she didn't think he was having an affair, but she probably was with his sister. Oh, lots of videos about sex.
Really? You're going to ask me about my sex life? I mean, isn't that private?
Oh no. This is on the internet. It's not private.
Are you married? How is your sex life? So, our sex life is probably fairly average for a couple after 10 years of marriage.
She clearly used a knock code twice. Yeah, I'm curious, but there's no. I don't think you're supposed to decipher it during the gameplay, though, right? But maybe it does. If you knew what it was, it might be a clue to something. If you could figure it out.
No, you're talking to the wrong person. If you think I'm some kind of slut, if you think I'm the kind of person that would have had sex with all those guys.
Okay. I think I searched for Mirror, Frank. Let's have a look. If we got. I think Mirror was one of the ones that had a bunch more, had more entries that we could see. So, I mean, we might have seen all 11 because the 6 it doesn't show you. We might have already watched them, but we don't know. So that's one. Okay, so that's 6 altogether we've seen. Because you got to throw up other keywords to use with mirrors. I don't think I did. Yeah, Alibi was one video that we've seen. Suspect. We got a few videos with Suspect.
When you suspect someone of murdering their husband.
When you suspect someone of murdering their husband.
Okay. So you want to eliminate me as a suspect?
They went for a threesome and the baby surprised them and got mad. Could have done. From the inside out.
That should eliminate me as a suspect. If I was in Glasgow, can't be in two places at once.
There's 2 of you, you scatty old woman.
This is the 3rd day running you've called me in. I speak to Doug and Eleanor every day. They say you've been asking a lot of questions about me. Should I be worried? Am I a suspect?
I really think you are a suspect. You're definitely a suspect. Maybe one of the permutations for being arrested for murder is for one of them to pretend they're crazy as a bat. Maybe. Well, one of them obviously is crazy as a bat. one of them definitely is crazy as a bat.
They'd gone to bed feeling ill, thinking it was flu or something. The neighbour called me, I had to use my key to let them in. We found them dead in their bed. And they'd been there for days. No one had noticed. Just awful.
So who's she talking about now?
It was so soon after my miscarriage.
Oh, what?
In the worst year of my life. I'd been so happy to get married, and
was
after
her
that I was
parents?
just like, fuck.
Okay, she's talking about her parents earlier about being dead at the same year she had her miscarriage.
Yeah.
Unique mirror.
And I was infertile. Thought I was. They told me I was infertile after the miscarriage because of complications.
The midwife is dead, diagram. The midwife is dead. She said that she fell down the stairs when she was 8. And when she was 8, she fell down the stairs and died, and that's when she went over the road to live with in the attic with Anna. I mean, there's a couple of other videos we had as well that we saw that left the eye on after we've watched it, but those ones I've seen them when we found some sources that showed those videos twice, and when we saw them a second time, it disappeared and it showed us something slightly different. Unique mirror. She conveniently fell down the stairs. Yes. It's, you know. So there's still, if you look here, there's still an awful lot of videos that we haven't seen. Hang on. I can't believe what? Not once. Sounds like another murder. It could, yeah, I think it could have been. Have you tried stairs? I don't think so. Yeah, stairs. This is probably that. If you look, this is probably that video where she says she fell down the stairs, right?
When I was 8, Mother died.
There you go. Diamond.
She slipped down the stairs. It was an accident.
It was.
I had read a diary at that point, and I knew she wasn't my real mother. So I burned the diary that day, and I left. Walked out and across the street.
Yeah, so that's the one. Oh yeah, she definitely was. I mean, she's this one here. She's a bit batty, right? I reckon it's got to be her that did it. I reckon it was Eve
Mother
that did
died.
it.
She slipped down the stairs. It was an accident.
All right. So if we look at our keywords here, right? So Simon, there were 61 videos where Simon is mentioned. 6 with blondes, 7 with wig. Let's see if we can find anything else with Hannah. Because there are 18 with Hannah. See if we can see what any other... any others... Because there are lots with Hannah, and Hannah is obviously...
Mum and Dad had never had any reason to notice. They were always busy. If Hannah was eating a lot, they didn't mind. She didn't put on any weight. That girl has a healthy appetite. If they heard us talking in the attic, they just thought it was Hannah playing one of her games, and that Eve was our imaginary friend. Once, she was already up and dressed and ready to go to school, and I snuck down for a piss. Mum saw me in my underwear, she went mad. Get dressed this instant! So I ducked into our bedroom, and seconds later, out came Hannah, dressed and ready. Mum was amazed.
Tap code lookup link. maybe killing Florence and the magic is she's so true. I don't know. Let's look for magic.
I think it was that time, the first time at the house, in his bed, that I got pregnant. Amazing, right? This fucking magic sperm.
Magic sperm! There we go.
And they say lightning doesn't strike twice. I didn't tell him. I missed 3 periods. I had pretty irregular periods anyway, but 3. I had always thought we were infertile. Both of us. I didn't tell him. Just waited. Hannah and I were meeting for our birthday, and I told her because I thought she would be happy for us both. I think she was.
Magic sperm, yes. Right. There's still a bunch more videos with Hannah we probably haven't found, and more about the attic. Probably Eric as well. I'm looking at the search words we've did that come up with more than 10. Like baby, there was 17 videos for baby, 18 for parent. Where's my... Aha.
The legal stuff was completed very quickly. Hannah moved back in with Simon. Eric gave Simon the week off to help with the move. He decorated, modernised wallpaper, curtains. Hannah insists the attic be left as it was, dollhouse and all. Simon never went up there.
Yeah, hang on. I think I am... 5, okay. Eric was the boss, wasn't he? There's still loads of videos. Damn it. Baby Hannah, baby Eve. Yeah, you get to it looks like you get to a point and you're guessing, right? You're just guessing, typing things in. Because obviously there is a lot of videos with Simon. If you go back to Simon, we'll try to get keywords for him because Simon has 61 videos altogether with Simon. So, wow, we'll start with him. Because there's going to be lots with Simon.
From when I woke up. Okay.
I woke up. Simon was already up, and he made me birthday breakfast of eggs Benedict. We both had to go to work, so we saved presents till later. I got to work. had some birthday cake. Children sang me happy birthday. Then I came home. The birthday meal was a takeaway, and Simon gave me his present, which I didn't mind. And after that, we talked about the baby. Turned into a big argument. Simon left.
Hey, Mark.
I was furious. I wanted to get as far away as I could and get some space to think.
Alright,
So I left.
we got some more keywords. We got some more keywords. Not yet, Isco. And Avon, not yet.
I would have been a good mother.
We have seen a few videos about that though.
I was young, but I would have been a good mother. She was a girl, by the way, the baby. We were going to call her Sarah.
Of course it was a girl.
Simon wanted to call her Ava after his nana, but I didn't want her to have a symmetrical name.
I didn't want us to... Didn't... Yeah. Right, what's,
Yes, that's my birthday. Not one of the big ones, but I guess you can see that. It was my birthday, like you said. We were going to have a meal at home. We had our meal. He gave me his present. I guess I didn't like the present. Well, a week or so ago. It would have been the Saturday before my birthday. You know, I get like that on the weekends, have a lie-in, then want to get up and blitz the house. About 8 years back, it was a present to myself.
no worries, Isco.
I shouldn't even be drinking coffee with the baby. It's been hard trying to give it up. I think they say you can have 1 cup.
It is difficult to give up coffee. As something I'm sure stackers cannot do. Give up coffee. Never have coffee. Oh.
Black coffee, thanks. No sugar. Sweet enough as it is. No. I've had enough coffee for today, thanks. Glass of water. Coffee, I guess. Milk and sugar.
See, it's kind of weird. Like, she wants her coffee with milk and sugar here, but she wants it black.
Coffee, I guess.
What's that?
Milk and sugar.
And she wants it black as well. She can't make her mind up. She keeps. I can't change my mind. I always have to have the same. I can't just keep changing it. Right. Yeah, we did see a video about virginity, and that's. I didn't search for it. Obviously, it didn't bring up anything else. Accident didn't bring anything else up. Mason. A murder weapon is a good one because we don't know. Because we know it was the. We know he got sliced across the throat, right? But obviously didn't find up anything else either. She's so English. She clearly said added sugar before. Maybe her coffee taste changed. It could be over the case of a couple of. It's a hint, but they keep changing roles. Yes, they are fucking. They are fooling me. Yes. Have you ever been to France? No, I never talked about France. Okay, so let's go back to Simon. Because this is the one with the most videos. Simon is the one with the most. It's obviously the one with the mention of the most mentioned. Because Simon is the hubby that died.
No, he wasn't wearing his wedding ring.
Have you inquired about magic before? I want to know about magic sperm. What? I don't know about magic sperm. They talk about magic. About his. No, I don't think they say. They don't say it quite like that. Yeah, I know. We had I mean, there was a. We did. I mean, all the videos we had about Carl, where she mentions Carl, we've, you know, there's only 5 videos with the mention of Carl, and we've looked at all of those. And when she first met Carl, obviously Carl was the younger one. Hey, Zabo. So I'm not sure what you mean, holy sheep. Try more about Kyle and first met with Simon. Because all the stuff it triggers with the word Carl, we've already watched. Sugar. Does the video show them taking? No, she asked for different. She asked for different types of coffee. I think is what he meant, Urano. Because we got a video like this one here, right? Is
black coffee, thanks. No sugar. Sweet enough as it is.
Right, so that one there. On the 18th of June, she asked for black coffee and says she doesn't want sugar because she's sweet enough. And then on 2 weeks later...
Coffee, I guess. Milk and sugar.
So 2 weeks later, she asked for coffee with milk and sugar. Now, I mean, you know, one likes black coffee, one likes black, one likes white. One likes black without sugar, one likes white with sugar. One contains sugar cubes and one with coffee.
Yes.
Yeah, if you look at these other ones, we'll see what you mean.
Exhausted, so I pulled over and slept in the car.
Yeah, when a coffee fell over, yes.
I woke up because a rubbish truck went past. I got some petrol, bought a coffee and a pastry. Tried calling Simon from.
I think it's one of these two. I don't know which one it is. It's one of these two.
No. I've had enough coffee for today, thanks. Glass of water.
Well, there's no cup on the table, so it's not one that actually says coffee.
About 8 years back. It was a present to myself.
I don't think it's relevant, no. It's just kind of showing...
I shouldn't even be drinking coffee with the baby.
It's probably just
been
showing...
hard trying to give it up.
It's given us some evidence that there's that there is more than one person here. I'm guessing Zabola. Oscar Wish... Let's search for tea. We'll search for tea. Okay, what we got?
Could I have a cup of tea?
She drinks tea. There is some tea, yes.
A cup of tea would be good, thanks. Just 1 sugar.
Tea with 1 sugar.
Maybe a fresh cup of tea?
So yeah, she does drink tea. She had... what? Yeah, she's been around a little bit, but it's filling out. But yeah, it's still. Yeah. So we're still going to some of these keywords that have got way more than 5. There's still probably lots to find about Simon, but. Let's just throw some random keywords in.
I told her it was one of my boyfriends, someone I had met in the bar. I think she was happy. But I could tell she was thinking, why couldn't it happen to her and Simon? They were the ones with the real life. Why not them?
Simon Eric didn't find anything. Simon Eric didn't find anything. Just trying to see somebody things she spoke about with him. She's going to trigger something else. What? Yes, no, maybe? What do you mean? I think they were kind of thinking that they were. I mean, during the course of the videos we've watched, both of them, Hannah and Eve, both of them have been pregnant. But I think one had a miscarriage, and they thought. I think that one of the videos they said they thought she thought she was infertile, but something about his magic sperm. Yeah, it's a bit. What? Yeah. What? Sir? You mean search for words like that? I guess so. I guess you could make it if we make it more simple than that. Yes, Diagon, you're probably gonna. If you search for simple words, you'll probably find. Yeah, I guess so. I was trying to think of things more specific.
At the time, they said it was poison, food poisoning. I mean, I felt so guilty. If I'd still been at home, maybe I could have done something. I didn't. Okay, she's being chased. They're trying to catch her because she did something bad. I guess she broke the rules. Or maybe they think she did something bad. Maybe it wasn't her fault. She looks scared, not guilty. Maybe it was mistaken identity.
Show us the picture.
Did they catch her there? I don't know. God, I don't know. Could be anyone. Maybe someone follows him back from the pub. But why would he let them in?
What a nice suit she's got on.
Doesn't make sense.
Look at the colour. Look at the colour.
No cat. My parents had a cat before they died called Domino. It was this little black thing with white dots. And we never did anything about the cat flap, but if you were thin, you could maybe squeeze through it.
So there was hang on. There's a couple of different mentions of cat flap in other videos.
We loved our cat, Domino. He had this little bell around his neck to stop him from killing birds in the garden. And we used to write each other notes and put them in the bell, and we could send them to each other. Mum found some of the notes once, and she thought I was just writing to myself because our handwriting was identical. And we had our own words for things, so she didn't quite understand them anyway.
No, they were shut.
They were shut.
Most of the windows were really hard to open anyway. It's stifling in summer. They were painted over by my dad. Could have left a door open accidentally. Or there's a cat flap on the back door.
You're still pondering the sugar. You're still pondering the sugar, Diamond.
Black no sugar. Thanks.
Black no sugar, thanks.
Just the one sugar.
Just the one sugar. Together. Thinking of follow.
Is that camera recording?
Yes. Of course it's recording. Just the one sugar.
A cup of tea would be good, thanks. Just one sugar.
Diagon is sugar. Okay.
No, he was as shy as me. I asked a friend to ask him out for me. We had our first date at the Odeon in North End. We went to see Risky Business. I had on my one best dress. Simon paid. He bought me a whisper, and I was worried about getting chocolate on my teeth.
Yeah, because this is what's weird. When Hannah was talking there about the first date with Simon and how a friend had to ask him out for her, and obviously Eve, when the other one's talking, she was talking about that she did say that she had to go and ask him, but she's talking as if they're together, like sisters, like, or, you know, different personalities. So they're very different in how they're describing what's going on.
No, everyone loved Simon. He's a glazier. He doesn't have much money. I don't know. I don't know.
We're filling up, man. We're filling up. So 17 that said Simon no.
Yes. I thought about telling Hannah. I felt guilty after the kiss. But then it began to feel like this was the way it should be. Sharing, like we had before. He never mentioned her to me. There was the Simon with me and the Simon with her. It was almost like it was a different Simon.
Okay.
But
what? Someone that makes glass things. What's a glazier? Yeah. Someone that makes glass. Let's search these common names with like yes and no. See if it brings up anything else. I don't want to do it with Eric. The ones that we had more than 10 videos for, of course, because the ones we didn't have 10 videos for, it isn't going to show us anything different. And you do something like that on its own, it's probably going to give you just a stupid amount of videos.
No. I mean, yes, we have arguments, but it never runs off. He always comes back. We make up. It's always that way. Sure? Yes, of course, if that would help. Will you phone the house to let me know when you want to come round? Then I can make sure that I'm there. There's no couple stuff. Stupid argument. Nothing specific. No one knows how to push your buttons better than those we're close to.
I don't know. She seemed to imply that towards the end that he must have known, right? That's what she seemed to imply there. That they kind of knew, because there was two different. You know, Simon was, when she was talking about two different Simons. I'm guessing she's talking about you know, him acting differently with the two of them. So maybe he knew. I don't know. Yeah, no is a bit vague, as you see here. Entering no gives you 59 entries. So what else have we got? Let's look at the stuff we've got here. That's that's more than 10, more than, you know, that we haven't, more than 5. Let's see if it triggers anything for any of them that we haven't seen. Eric, we did. Zabol, thank you to follow. Mirror, yep. Nope, nope, nope. Okay. We don't even have an idea of who murdered Simon. We don't really know. I mean, I'm kind of thinking it was Eve. That's what I'm thinking. Try cup, says Frankie. Cup. Try cup. Here we got cup. We got lots of cups. He's just sitting there typing random words.
Not drugs. I mean, he drinks, but never very much. He goes to the pub and has one or two. Sometimes we go together. He drinks wine with food, but no, he doesn't have any kind of drinking
Bud, can you say for sure if Eve exists? No, I can't. But let's just say I'm sure that Eve is the one that did it, whether it's a real person or one of her personalities, whichever one it is. We did Glasgow, yeah. Yeah, we did Glasgow. Glasgow comes up with quite a few things. It comes up with like 10 hits. There are some other hits, some other things that we found that we haven't seen here. Oh, that's just text on its own. Yeah, we've seen some, but we might not have seen all of them. The thing is, you don't know if you've seen them all or not, because it doesn't tell you it only shows you 5 videos, and there's 10 altogether, but it doesn't tell you if the 5 videos you haven't seen or you don't see here or you've already watched, because you might have already seen the other 5s, if you know what I mean. You might have already seen them, because yeah, we had a video where she talks about going to hospital, right, after she had her accident. Ah, I've got 2 more. 2 seconds.
Ask the hospital.
Ask the hospital. Yes, I'd like to ask the hospital.
I don't see how it's hard. We've established I was in Glasgow when he was killed. We've spoken with the hospital.
So one of them was in Glasgow when he was killed. I'm guessing, if there's 2 of them. Nurse, jealousy. That's a good one, Frank. Lie! There's only one. I got no idea. Lie on. Yes, we got some.
Yes. I'll take a lie detector test.
And that's when the one she messed up.
I've never taken a lie detector test before. Does it really work? My name. That was the only question I failed. The lie detector works.
Yeah, so basically, if her name is the only question that she got wrong, then obviously, I guess that could point to a split personality, maybe. Because I'm guessing when she's being interviewed here, because there's definitely lots of mentions here about her going home and him coming, the cop actually contacting her to come back in and says she comes in every day, so it's not as if she's locked up. So because she's not locked up, they could definitely be, each day they come in, they could be alternating between these 2 people, right? If there's 2 of them, they could be alternating each day. There she is, Eve, not Hannah Smith. Yeah, exactly. And there's I'm pretty sure there is 2 of them. I'm guessing at any time we can click on this and say that we're done and try to guess what happened, right? But I'm trying to guess more videos because each of these red squares is videos we haven't seen. So there's still quite a few videos we haven't seen that I was trying to find. I'm guilty. More important question is, which name did she give? We didn't see. We didn't really see, if you want. What about a war? I think you're being a bit silly, Parrot, now, right? Do we know even what day it was, the date that he was killed? I'm trying to think if they told us. I don't think they did. I don't think they told us.
I did. Well, we met when we were 17, both working at the Glaziers.
Okay, so she was working at the Glazier as well. With Eric.
A mobile phone? Yeah. Well, they have one for the Glaziers, but it's only for work. I can't remember the number. It's in the kitchen. I saw it plugged into its charging cradle.
I saw a pic where someone had all but 6 or 7 vids unlocked and they still didn't know exactly how or why it happened. I think that's the whole problem. It's supposed to be like that, right? I mean, maybe if you watched them all in order, right? But you don't. Because once you've watched them, I mean, if there's no way to, you can see they probably listed these green lights in order that they're found, but you don't unless you mark them all with the dates. It's no easy way of knowing, you know. Yeah, you got to try and figure it out, and I'm sure people come out with very different ideas of it. Zabol, I'm pretty sure that they do come out with different ideas.
Mother wanted me to grow my hair long, but I kept cutting it myself. I wanted to look like my reflection. She always had short hair when she was little. Mother would hide the scissors, but I would find a way. Cut it with a bread knife, something like that. My reflection would always leave her house and go on adventures, but I never could. Mother taught me at home, and I had books and TV. Oh, TV was magical, but it was only on when it wanted to be, so I spent a lot of time reading books.
Yeah, so when she's talking about her reflection there, she's talking about, as Eve, talking about what she's looking out the window and watching Hannah leave the house and go play, and she couldn't, right? But cutting your hair with a bread knife? Can you imagine that? Yeah, I mean, you can see on specific dates. I mean, on specific dates you see videos like this video. These videos are here on the 3rd of July, and I mean, it definitely seems like from the videos you watch, because they're all timestamped, is on specific days you get specific people. So every video we've seen on the 3rd of July, she's been wearing this, and it's been Eve on 3rd of July. So every time on 3rd of July that I remember us seeing, we had the same one. I mean, there's 3 down here, all 3rd of July, which are all Eve, and different days had different people. So did a real mother eventually know? I actually don't think so. Not that we've known so far. But that's a good word to search for.
Okay. There's a girl and she's staring out of the window. She's sad. She's trapped. She's here. She's looking out the window because her mother won't let her out.
Okay, because obviously this one here, when we see 27th of June, the one in this red suit, this is Eve as well. Like there, she was seeing, describing what he sees in this picture, and she was describing herself, right? It's trapped in the house, not allowed out, which is what she said in the other video. She wasn't, she couldn't leave the house.
Well, she wasn't my real mother, but she raised me. Do you want to hear the story?
Yes.
It's a real life fairy tale.
I want to hear the story. Tell me the story. Damn it. Tell me the story. You can't know.
She has a knife.
Okay.
She's been cooking, I guess. She's been cooking him his favourite meal. She's his wife. He's asleep and she doesn't want to wake him because he's ill. That's why she's sad. Because he's ill and he might die. It's kind of a sad story, so I'm not sure how it ends.
Okay. Yeah, can you click on the? You can, as I said, you go to the green screen. You get anywhere you click on the screen, you get a clicky noise, but you don't get any clicks. We don't get any clicky noises.
Good. Happy. I mean, ups and downs like any couple, I guess, but we've been married for over 10 years. She's crying, I guess. She's sad because she thought she saw her husband with another woman. But it's okay, because she finds out it wasn't her husband, it was his brother.
Aha.
And so it's fine.
So the husband had a brother. Do you hear that? So maybe there was twins on the other side too, right? Maybe there was because based on that, there was a brother. Simon's got a brother. Yeah. Do we know if the tattoo is real? No, we don't. I mean, well, she said she got it. She said on one of the videos on the early 2nd of July, I think they said that the tattoo was she got the tattoo. Where's it? Is this one of these ones here?
So I moved out. Got a small bed set.
Dun,
Got
dun,
a
dun.
tattoo to mark the occasion.
Yeah, look, she got a tattoo to mark the occasion
I
of
was
moving
singing
out.
in a bar in the evenings. So I had some money, enough money to cover my rent.
So that's Eve that's saying this.
And I've been doing something similar.
'Cause this is
ever
Eve.
since. I haven't put down any roots. I don't exist.
So Eve says on the 3rd of July that she got a tattoo to celebrate moving out, right? If you look back 2 days before...
Oh, my tattoo. I got it to express my individuality.
See, different reason,
It's an apple and a snake.
right? So a different reason there given 2 days before for the tattoo. So I'm still... so when you see things like that, I start to think maybe it is only one person with a split personality, and that's why there's different reasons why they got the tattoo. But I don't know. But I think the brother's the key, right? If we can find more out about the brother.
A long time.
They did say that, Zab. I'm sure they did. I'm sure they said earlier. One of them said earlier that that she was a that he was an only child, and that's what she was talking about his parents and the wedding. That's what it was. She was talking about the wedding and how his parents paid for everything because he was an only child. And unless unless by some weird coincidence, Lafayette, thank you for the follow. Unless by some weird coincidence, Simon has a brother that's also hidden from his parents, like Eve was hidden from hers. I mean, how peculiar would that be if he had a hidden brother that lived in his attic too, and his parents didn't know about it? Wasn't there a bin on the desktop? Yeah, there's nothing in the bin. You can click it if you look at the bin. Look, you got the rub. There are files in the bin. You've got a game. You've got a little tic-tac-toe game here. Look. So that's what I'm kind of thinking. Yeah, there's some little stuff you can read. There's a text file in there as well.
Childhood sweethearts. Something like that.
Why would he throw the game in the trash
Only my
can?
detective.
Mirror game, yeah. It could be a clue, right? It could be a clue.
When you've been married for 10 years, stuff accumulates. We could argue about anything. But he's so nice. That doesn't help. He tries to smooth things over, and that just makes it worse. We're both passive-aggressive, so we never normally argue directly about anything.
Come on. What are the other ones for married? Alright. Let's look for brother. I want to know who this... I mean, look, for something talking about a brother, there's not really many mentions of a brother, is there?
Simon Smith. He works at Ernst Brothers Glass. They do windows, all kinds of glass.
So there's one mention of him having a brother.
She's crying, I guess. She's sad because she thought she saw her husband with another woman. But it's okay, because she finds out it wasn't her husband, it was his brother. And so it's fine.
Oh, the red blocks are filling up. You know what? I got this feeling that if you was to watch every one of these videos, you're probably still not gonna know exactly what the fuck is going on.
Simon was very moral about that sort of thing.
Yeah, the words that she says.
He wouldn't just walk out there and sleep with anyone. He wasn't that kind of guy. He took his marriage very seriously.
So yeah, Zab, definitely. So when you use a search, you're searching for words that she actually says. So basically what they've obviously got, they've got a database of keywords of every word that was spoken in every video, and you're searching for a specific word that she is spoken by her in a video.
After the kiss, the next time, he took me back to the house, to our parents' house, to their house. So, it was definitely him. I sometimes think he wanted to get caught to prove to himself that we were different people. He told me about his marriage, told me how his wife was completely different to me. I almost burst out laughing.
Okay, so Simon knew. Simon knew. Simon obviously knew that there was two of them. He knew, man, he knew.
Suicide? No. I mean, he would never do anything like that. He is not the kind of person to do anything like that. I mean, to hurt himself? No.
No.
I mean, I don't know. Something must have happened to him on his way home.
No.
He could be
No.
hurt. I mean, why hasn't he phoned? I don't know.
No, Parrot. No. That's probably good. And kiss, I think so. We'll try again.
Hurt someone? Yes. But everyone thinks that from time to time, right? You just want to lash out.
Kiss! We got one.
Nothing else happened that night. We talked, then I said goodbye. Then next week I was singing in the bar again, and there he was.
And again the next week, he offered to buy me a meal. I told him I had already eaten, and so we got chips and ate them on the beach instead. When we said goodbye, he asked me to kiss him. Romantic.
I've not searched for knock code, but searched for code on its own. Okay, Mason, you take care. I searched for a kiss on it. Oh, sorry, for code on its own.
Nothing else happened that night. We talked, then I said goodbye. Then next week I was singing in the bar again, and there he was. And again the next week, he offered to buy me a meal. I told him I had already eaten.
What? Didn't we just see that?
And so we got chips and ate them on the beach instead. When we said goodbye, he asked me to...
We did see that. So there's another one. See, it's not flagging it as... Hang on, what?
Nothing else happened that night.
Hang on.
We talked, then I said goodbye. Yes. I thought about telling Hannah. I felt...
Okay, so now we search for the same one with a different keyword for the same video. It actually comes up and shows it as watched, and now it's shown as watched. What? That doesn't make sense. Ah, okay. So yeah, when we searched for code earlier, and code found one thing, and that's where she does. I think that's where she does the actual knocking. To keys. I think there's a couple of people have posted a link in the chat to kind of help with the knock code, but I looked at the picture. I got no idea what the hell how you would read that. Because I'm wondering if that message, if the knock code, if you could decipher what she's actually saying and type that keyword in, it may well be a very good clue, if you know what I mean. Anniversary meal was a takeaway. Have you searched mention? Can you search mention Eve? Yes, we can search mention Eve. Dan. No, because like the knock, I think the knock code may well be. I mean, if you could figure out what this code is, it could well be a clue, right? But I couldn't understand that picture. I didn't understand it at all.
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book. The knock code. Something prisoners of war would use. We'd tap them out on radiator pipes or the attic floor.
So how do you...
Dad thought we had mice.
How'd you decipher that? I just... Because I think there's a... I think Dan posted a... there was a link... There's a couple of links that were posted in chat that kind of to help decipher it, but they didn't make any sense, frankly. I know it's code, Zabo. I know it's code. What I'm saying is there was you know, we've seen some links in chat that to help you how to decipher it, and I'm looking at the links, and because I got them up in browser tabs, and they don't seem to they don't seem to really. Oh, where is it? Right, that's the one. Okay. Hang on, I'm just searching through my chat history for a second. Okay, there we go. There we go. Yeah, so it's the same thing. I mean, Cherry and Dan both posted that code in. So, first knock group is row, second is column. So basically, what you got to do is you got to jot down numbers, the numbers of the codes we hear, right? How many knocks on each section? So, okay, so let's listen again.
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book. The knock code.
Okay.
Something prisoners of war would use. We'd tap them out on radiator pipes or the attic floor.
So let's have a look. So we got so his first group is row, second is column. Alright, okay. So first one is okay. So one. A-N-N. You know what? I think I know what. Hang on. I think I got this.
When we weren't together, we'd send secret messages by tapping out a code that we'd learned from a book. The knock code. Something prisoners of war would use. We'd tap them out on radiator pipes or the attic floor. Anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, when I was looking through, the way I do the code, I mean, the way I got the code is, I got the code as being, hang on. I got the code as looking how you did it. I mean, looking at those pictures. Oh, fuck's sake, my browser crashed. God damn it. Why'd that fucking browser crash? Come on, and load it back in. Hopefully it remembered my tabs I had open. No, bollocks. It didn't. Fuck. Right, so I typed the code in as that in chat, and when I decipher it, it comes up as that. BYD Hannon. I'm wondering if that's meant to be something like that. If she's saying by Hannah or something like that. You know, that would make sense, right? It's very close, but that's how I read it. That's how I read it as is. When I read those numbers, it come up as BYD Hannah. That's how that's when I did it. I mean, even when I do it twice, I saw it sound like that. Hang on, where's my... That's what I see it as, and it makes sense if it was Hannah, you know, by, then her saying goodbye to Hannah, that would make sense, right? And yeah, E is close to D, and H is also close to H. And if she's talking about a code and how they use this code to speak to each other, then that is potentially something that they would really talk to each other about, right? They would say goodbye to each other. Right. So let's okay. So let's see what else we can think of. Cheat. What about cheating or something? Let's try some code words. See if we can.
Mum and Dad never knew what was going on. We got so good at it. We were so in sync that we'd use each other to cheat. If one of us had a hangover, the other one would go to school. Whoever was best in the subject would sit the exam. There were lots of differences between us.
There's a couple of words that I
Some
haven't tried that
One's
we could put
better than
in.
the other out.
I mentioned this one, maybe fairy tale, because she was talking about fairy tales a lot when she's having these, talking about what she thinks is happening. We could search for fairy tale. Mention as nothing about fairy tale, because she spoke about a few fairy tales. Ah, this has got 3 more. Okay, so fairy tales has grabbed a couple. And one of them being right at the end. The ones we see, the videos we see of her on the 3rd of July, these are the ones that are right near the bottom of this table, where she's actually kind of, I don't know about confessing, but she's kind of opening up more.
And the Glaziers. I worked there some weekends and Simon had a part-time job there too. That was Eric's generosity. He was always good at helping out other people's children. Simon was quiet, more thoughtful than the other boys. Even then, he had a sense of craftsmanship. Wasn't always rushing stuff. Boys that age are just running around like headless chickens most of the time. Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Plus, he had that look. He looked like a fairy tale prince from one of my books.
A fairy tale prince.
Simon never cheated on me. He was devoted to me, and I was devoted to him. Nothing in life is easy. We were good to each other. Life isn't a fairy tale.
Okay, Takiza. Life is not a fairy tale. Yeah, I'm sure I've remember that word being mentioned, Dan.
Fairy tales. Stories about lost princesses, evil witches, magical mirrors and lost children. So you see, even before I knew the truth, I'd found it in those stories.
Have a look, because she just talk about a lot of fairy tales. Let me see. Prince and Princess, okay.
Let me see. Yes. I drove in here because I remember, well, I went over the river. And then there was a church. There. Yeah. And I probably parked. Well, I remember seeing a street sign called Princess Street. There it is. Yeah, so I'm pretty sure it must be this one. There. I don't know if anyone really changes. You just become more yourself. Simon was my prince, and that hasn't changed.
Hey, Noob Gamer. Look up Stepmother. Popular fairy tale stuff there. You know what, though? After writing Prince, it's kind of making me think of something else, but let's try Stepmother before. Stepmother. But typing Prince makes me think of one specific thing. This is a murder we're investigating, right? So Prince, right? Prince. There's nothing about Prince or fingerprints, and they're kind of... Oh. Prince. Noob Gamer, thank you for follow. So yeah, as I was saying, I was just searching for Prince and Princes, and immediately twigged in my head, Prince, as in like on a murder weapon or something. Ben C. So we got that found 5 videos. Ooh, and 3 of them were on the same time, so we might get something out of these, maybe. Probably not. I didn't type fingerprints.
I've never had my fingerprints taken before. I once put my hand in the oven.
But yeah, if you look here, there's 5 videos where she says fingerprints, and we've not seen any of them, so we haven't actually had that mentioned, apparently.
Fingerprints?
But it seems an obvious thing to search for, right?
Yes. Yeah. I would have cleaned them. I changed the sheets too. With the fingerprints in all those places.
They're all very short videos, I think, now.
Could they have been my parents' fingerprints? I'm not sure how long they last for, but is that possible?
Alright.
Really? Go on then. Take the cup. Run your fingerprints. They'll match. Fucking do it.
Hang on. So you can tell on that video there that obviously the detective is getting, or whoever the cop is getting suspicious, right? He's getting suspicious about them being two people. Right? So he must be getting suspicious there. Oh man, we're filling it out. So if he's getting suspicious, that was down here. I'd like to see these ones here. This little red, these 5 here are the ones after that was taken. So if he takes it away and gets the fingerprints done, maybe he will find out that there's more than one of them. About how to... Let's try and burn. Nope. What about... We searched for glasses, didn't we? Glasses? Yeah, what about... One thing I just noticed there, which I'm wondering, because, well, I always thought when I was searching for things like... I searched for prints, just prints like this, thinking that would show up fingerprints, but it's not, obviously, because it's part of another word, I guess. What about glass? Glasses. Tiger, have you decided if it's 2 or 1 person? I don't know if it's 2 or 1 person. I don't know. I think I'm sure it's 2, honestly, Parrot. I think it's 2. I honestly think it's 2. What about you? When she talks to the detective, maybe. It's found 82 entries. It's found 82 different entries. What about stories? Because she's talking about things. Okay, she's talking about fairy tales all the time.
Okay. Sounds weird. I'm not great at making up stories.
Wait. We know that's not true. Have you tried beach? Yes, I'm sure I have. Let me just double check. Yeah, yeah. It's either 1 or 3. What? You're convinced it's not? What do you mean 3? Where would the third one come from? Car. Okay, her car was a Cavalier, wasn't it? Because Cavalier didn't find nothing. Let's see what car was.
I wasn't in the house all of Friday night. After the argument, after Simon left, I left too. I was upset and I wanted to get away. So I took the car.
But she doesn't have her own keys. We saw the video that come after that. This is probably that one there, where she said she didn't have her own set of keys and she took the keys, right? Right, I guess.
I left the next day, Saturday. I slept for a few hours in the car.
I could be at 2, Hamrock.
I came straight back.
I definitely could be at 2.
Simon wasn't returning my calls and I wanted to try and make up. I got back to the house and Simon wasn't there. And excuse me. Is there a bin?
It didn't mark either of those videos we've watched. Banana King 002. It didn't mark either of those videos was watched. Hang on. It was, look, it marked it as watched now. Now I went away and come back. Right?
Yeah. I pulled over and slept in the car.
Yeah, it's a bug because obviously this is the video here, right?
Yes.
No, one of these here. If I go back in, if we go to car for a second, it's probably marked as watched. Yeah, it's marked as watched now. So maybe that's giving us a clue, saying that when it doesn't flag it, that means that there's a keyword in that video that's going to lead somewhere else. Because we used one of the keywords and it took us to another one. So maybe that's why that's the ones that don't get flagged. They're telling us that they're leading somewhere.
I didn't.
Maybe.
I slept in the car. I left about 9 that night. I wasn't there.
So we know about parent, Florence, Hannah, Eve, detective, person that watches the videos now. It's dreamlike at the moment she puked. Crazy people don't get charged. Oh no. You know, Noob Gamer, did you miss that? You know, we can...
Yeah. I pulled over and slept in the car. This was just by the side of the road. I was exhausted.
So I do like the car, so... there's a bunch more with car, like there's 12 altogether with car.
I left the next day, Saturday. I slept for a few hours in the car. And when I woke up, I came straight back.
I think this is the one, Noob Gamer.
Simon wasn't returning my calls and I wanted to try and make up. I got back to the house and Simon wasn't there. And
There you go, Noob Gamer.
Is there a bin?
There you go. There's also the sugar thing. It's kind of... I'm pretty sure there's more than one person. If you convince you that she's crazy, she'll get a light sentence. Why are her hands so white? I don't know. I don't know why. I don't know why. What about a fair? Gag. What? I wonder if... Hang on, what? I don't... For things that are not as... Is that camera on?
Is that camera recording?
Of course it's recording. Oh. Wow. I'm confused too. The only trick I can tell you show that you are under the control of medication. Yeah. I think she said she got... No, as far as a tattoo, one of the tattoos she said she got to celebrate moving out, yes. There was 2 videos about tattoos. One of them said she got the tattoo to celebrate moving out. And the other one, so this one here, there's 2... This one here, right?
My tattoo.
Right?
I got it to express my individuality.
So, right, so she got it to express her individuality. And the other one, which was this one, I think, she says she got the tattoo to celebrate moving out.
So I moved out. Got a small bed set. Got my tattoo to mark the occasion. I was singing in a bar in the evenings.
So yeah, so there's 2 different...
So I had some money.
2 different reasons to get a tattoo. So yeah, that says to me that there's more than one.
Something similar ever since. I haven't put down any roots.
Yeah, probably Zabo, because she was, you know, she was sick. If you know what I mean. That's what I'm kind of thinking.
Oi, look at me.
SCNR on air. Thank you for the host. So yeah, I'm kind of thinking, I don't know. I honestly don't know. I'm still not sure what the fuck is going on. I really am not. Diary, we have searched for diary. We have searched for diary. I mean, I don't know what is actually left to bring up. Maybe the text file in the bin has got a clue. Probably not. Hack.info. Mirror game. Copyright HSoft. IRC. Hashtag GHack. Cracked by Cyberghost. One for the mums. Classic 2-player strategy for lunchtime gaming. A bit of ASCII art. Cracks with class. I still think there's 2 of them, right? I'm sure there's 2 of them. I'm still kind of think there's some sort of clue here that's telling us who hang on. Who we are, right? Who are we that's watching? You know what? I'm kind of wondering if it's going to be obviously we're watching this game. We're trying to find out what's happening here, but I wonder if there's something weird going on. You know, maybe if we're, I don't know. Wouldn't it be freaky if the person that's watching these videos is the kid or something like that, right? I mean, it could potentially be the case, right? Because if this was like late 80s, it could potentially be, and it was now, it could be the kid that's watching the videos if it's supposed to be a modern time. I don't know. But if she was 8 months pregnant, was there a baby room set up? What is on the latest part, the lastest part? I don't know. I was trying to get more of these videos down the bottom that show us the end part, but what's where did she go to? I remember her saying something about university. Where did she say where she went to university? Ah, okay, yes.
It was supposed to be a secret. Just because Simon is dead doesn't mean I have to give up all his secrets. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to Simon. No one murdered my husband because he cheated his expenses for a romantic weekend in Oxford.
Oxford, yes. Okay, so what else we got about Oxford?
There was a conference, something to do with double glazing. In Oxford?
Double glazing conference in Oxford. Now that doesn't sound suspicious, does it?
Are you sure? What would he be doing in Oxford if there was no conference? I remember calling him. He said it was boring and he spent most of the time at the bar.
Okay, conference. A conference! Eve finally got pregnant that one time she had sex with Simon. Yeah, that's what he said, wasn't it? They said there was that one time at band camp there was that thing that happened, right? There was that thing that happened. So the thing that's weird is that I don't know. I actually don't know. I'm not sure. There's probably some. I'm not sure what other keywords we haven't actually. What we could put in there to find it. I mean, I don't think. I got this feeling that if we watched all the videos, we're not going to be any wiser as to what the fuck is going on here. If you know what I mean. I figured out if you were 8 months pregnant, you would think about a baby cradle of some kind. But I don't know about. They never said. She said in any of these interviews that she was that late in the pregnancy, right? And one of them said she was pregnant again, as in like now, right? But I don't think it was that late. At least she wasn't showing, not in any of these videos. I still think the ones what we're missing is here. Is stuff with Simon. Aha! Got 2 more.
No, I have never been unfaithful. I've never cheated on Simon. Have I ever cheated on Simon? You asked that question yesterday.
You asked that question yesterday. Damn it! The red stuff's getting smaller. Where's our wedding ring? I mean, what was the point of the detectives to start wondering? I honestly don't know. Yeah, I mean, there's a couple of videos we saw where they seem to be asking questions. I mean, it's around. That was this one here, and there was another one we watched up here where they kind of where she said something similar, similar to make us think that he's starting to wonder what's going on. That's why this line here was probably quite a good one, because one of these up here, she gave him a cup and said about the fingerprints. And said, check the fingerprints. You won't find, they'll match, kind of thing. Because we made it think that he thought that there was a different person, and he's checking the fingerprints on the cup. Yeah, the problem with doing things like that is you do get some more. Well, let's look at these ones. When we did No, I think No came up with a ton. These ones, it's like.
Yes.
So basically, these are going to find videos where all she says is yes.
Yes.
Right? And if we do the same with No, we'll probably find videos that all she says is no.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so let's try it.
No.
But hey, I suppose it's at least marking 8 videos off as watched on our little tab. Right?
No.
But they're not much use to us, really, as far as trying to figure out what's happening. But at least we've watched them, right? She's trying to it's doing the testing for the lie detector, right?
No.
So, okay, so that was that gap there. It was testing the lie detector, answering lie detector. But the thing is that, yeah, she failed one question, which was her name, but we don't know what the questions were, right? So there's 4 questions there she said yes to, and 4 she said no to, but we don't know what she said. Yeah, but that's the thing. Yeah, they said she didn't lie apart from her name. So there's 8 questions she just answered yes or no. But the thing is, we don't know what the questions are, because we only see her answers, not what's being asked of her, right? If you know what I mean. Hey bud, what's this game like? It is very interesting, Harris. It is very interesting and very different. Yeah, so basically, based on that, and all of these, she's telling the truth in every single one of these.
No.
Right? So all of these, she's telling the truth.
No. No. No.
Have you tried love? Yes, I'm sure I did. I definitely did. But hey, it filled out a bunch of our vids, man. There's not many left that we haven't actually looked at. But you know what? The ones we actually have left, they're looking like Tetris pieces now. Yeah, we did do camera. There's a few for camera that we saw, that we watched. And each of them is this camera recording or something like that? So they probably show the same. 2 of the 3 are the same. Speeding. Ah.
You must be desperate for leads if you're getting hung up over 6-month-old speeding tickets. He has a wallet, a huge silly thing, leather, real leather, I think. He packs it full of stuff, business cards, receipts, lottery tickets. He always carries it in his back pocket. I think that's why he's got a bad back. He sets the discs. I haven't seen it, so he must have it on him. He always takes it out of his back pocket before when he comes in. If he's in the house.
Well, there was 5 videos that had the word murder. That was the first thing that we searched for when you start the game.
Of course. I paid it without telling Simon. Didn't want to get told off. And he put points in the license.
Okay. Damn, bud, I'm trying to find the videos, man. I'm trying to find the videos. But yeah, I mean, if you just search for all like that, You can't noob gamer. If you search for an empty search term, it shows all the videos. So altogether, there's 271 videos, but it only shows you the first 5. So searching for all the videos does flag all of them, but it only highlights the first 5 at once. So, because as far as murder, when you search to enter the first keyword, there's only 4 times that murder is said, and there's only 4 times the murder is actually said. Damn. Yeah. Try weapon. Yeah, we tried weapon. We tried knife. We've done weapon. We've done knife. But yeah, Gorlock, I was trying to fill out this. I honestly don't think that getting it or looking at all the videos is really gonna. At the end of the day, I don't think it's gonna really fix it for us or make things any clearer. If you know what I mean. Yeah, we tried bruise. We've done bruise. We have done bruise. Maybe we do bruised. Maybe that'll show something different. How about gone? Gone? Gone has got a couple.
No, it's okay. The other detective has just gone to get me one. My sister is gone.
This is one towards the end. Sister is gone. Okay.
And she's never coming back.
Did you look at the smile on her face? Do you think she killed her sister then? Which one's that? That's down the... There. Because these are... I'll try to find these couple down the end. So she said her sister's gone and never coming back. And you look at the look on her face.
My sister is gone. And she's never coming back.
She killed her sister, didn't she? I want to know that one there. This one right here. That little red thing at the beginning, right? That little red thing there. That's what I want to see. That's what we want to see. Is that red cap there, the one that follows straight after this. But yes, do you think you notice there though? That's the first time. Yeah. It could well be, but that's the first time in all of these videos that we've any reference to sister that we saw, all right?
When she went home, Sam had a birthday tea waiting. Afterwards, she told Simon about me, told him I was pregnant. She wanted me to move in with them, this sister he didn't know she had. She knew that instant. The look on his face. She sent him out the house, kicked him out, called me up, crying, and I went round. I guess I had a feeling I could hear something was wrong in her voice, but I wasn't sure what it was. She called me sister on the phone. She never calls me that.
Okay. Over there. I keep thinking when we, you know what, right? When you see that this slight reflection that we see, you know, every now and again you get these flashing lights behind you. You see a face appear. I'm pretty sure that face is a woman. I'm wondering if I'm still kind of thinking that maybe the person that's actually sitting there looking at these videos is the daughter that's grown up. I kind of wonder how. I think this might be it. It looks like someone young. I reckon Zabo, it's like a young girl that's the kid. Because the baby was a daughter, remember? I reckon it's going to be a kid. I think so. So we know that. So it looks like from these two videos here.
She sent him out the house, kicked him out, called me up, crying, and I went round.
So she kicked. So
I guess I had a feeling.
Hannah kicked him out.
I could hear something was wrong in her voice, but I wasn't sure what it was. She called me sister on the phone. She never calls me that.
I got a feeling searching the chin isn't really going to help. It might do, but done, finished, over, fixed, jaded, or infuriating. Look, your random words, T-Bonks. Your random words are not finding anything, man. Come on, none of your random words. Oh, one of them found something. I don't think chin is going to be there, unfortunately. We did try blood, so we've done blood already, and it only found 5 entries, and we've already seen all of those. So yeah, the ones down the bottom is obviously I think these two here are going to be the key ones that really tell us. But I mean, as it stands right now, there's definitely 2 of them, right? There's 2 sisters. One of the sisters, Eve, who's this one here, this one here that we see on the 3rd of July. She's the one. I reckon the sister's dead. Of course, she killed the sister. But maybe Hannah killed him. Hannah killed Simon, and she killed the sister to get back in, to get back at her. I don't know. I'm kind of thinking, just a hunch exists. A hunch. So we got 4. Oh, this has got 1 on the. Oh, okay. So this is tagged 1. This is probably 1 of these down the bottom.
Can you arrest someone who doesn't exist?
Aha, that was that one there. Okay. That was kind of a bit of a confession there, wasn't it, Dan? That was a good guess. I mean, because what I'm thinking here, because that's the point, because this Eve here, she doesn't exist, right? Because when they were born, she was presumed dead, and there was no birth certificate or anything, so she's never has existed. So. I don't know. No, afternoon. Yeah, I mean, I think there's at a point is we might have to. You're gonna try to find the other videos by looking for random words, right?
It was late, early Saturday morning.
So searching for random words is probably gonna, like, you know, we'll search for some days. It's probably going to fill some videos up, but I think we're seeing most of them down the bottom, and I think we can figure out. I think I can figure out kind of what's going on here. I think I know what's going on here. Imagine if you were a 1-key finger or 1-key typer. Days of the week, you know. I'm gonna, yeah. Try lawyer. Maybe because we got 3 more for lawyer, because we did have 1 for lawyer where she said, "Can I speak to my lawyer?" So it's 3 others. Okay. Okay, GG Paramount. Or Zabol. Good suggestion.
Can I leave? Are you going to arrest me? No. They'd laugh you out of the building. A lawyer would make mincemeat of you.
Yes, I understand my rights. No, I don't need a lawyer.
She doesn't need a lawyer because she doesn't exist. Eve killed Simon, Hannah freaked out, and Eve disposed of her to take over the role of and be some. Maybe.
Yes, no lawyer. What are you going to arrest me for?
It's like police quests. Yeah, I don't know. It could well be something like that. Yeah, it definitely could be something like that. Hannah is the shy one. Yes, Hannah is no more. She is, but I'm sure Hannah's gone. All of the latest videos are all on the 3rd, and everyone on the 3rd is Eve, is her, and one of the videos we had down here actually showed her. Since she got rid of her sister, right? With a very sly smile as she said it, so you know that kind of hinted that yes, she did it, and she doesn't have any identity really. She's not officially in any books. She was presumed dead at birth. So, you know. So I'm guessing maybe she could take over. Maybe that's what she wanted to do, is take over Hannah's personality. Yeah, exactly, Isabel. They did say that, yes. That when they were sharing boyfriends, Eve would have to go first. You know, would go out with him first. She was the physical one. Anna was a shy one. So when they had sex with her boyfriend Carl at the start, whenever Hannah was with her, they didn't do anything because she's shy. But when she was with them, they got the rumpty on. They got the rumpty on. Eve seems more flirty. Yes, definitely. I think we've got this. We can solve this. So we could always click on this and solve this. But I've been trying to discover as many of these videos as I can. But I think we're getting to the point where it's probably going to be, I don't know what else we can actually search for to find more. But I think we definitely have the solution. And I think at the point that we can actually chit chat on this and actually go and actually leave. And it is buzz when you're ready, but yeah, we'll hit the call button, I guess. So we could potentially move on. I'll try a couple more searches. If we can't find anything else to fill these gaps out, then we'll I think we'll just go, because it looks like we kind of have an idea what's going on. Hannah did behave as confessing to the murder, as she doesn't exist legally. Maybe. I mean, potentially, Frankie. But then why would she? I suppose why would she be saying that her sister's gone for good?
Like I said, I think I was popping out to get something, ran out of something, had to grab something. I sometimes drive too fast. If you want, you can arrest me for that.
Surprise twist! Triplets!
This is a nicer room. This is where you take people when it's time to arrest them.
And that one's probably this one here, I think. Oh no, up there. Okay. So if that's up there, then all of these ones here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 more with her on the 3rd of July, which is right at the end. Hannah did it, but Eve is. I don't know. I think Hannah's gone. Frankie, I think Hannah is long gone. She's saying she's called me sister. She never does. Yeah, exactly. So I think she's gone. So I don't. Hang on, I'm trying to think what. The ones I'm interested in trying to see are the ones down the bottom. As I said, I'm pretty sure we can solve this now. She could just be psycho. I don't think. I think there's definitely 2 of them. There might not be, but I'm pretty sure that there's 2 of them. And she's nuts. Let's put it that way. I'm pretty sure she's nuts. And there's 2 of them. But I think fine. I don't know. You kind of would like to see all the videos, right? But I don't think we. I'm curious. We got most of them. What was it? 1, 2, 3, 4. Probably about 25, maybe 28 or something we haven't seen. Now, technically, she's a chimera. A chimera. We could pretty easily see this. I mean, the videos that are missed, you could quite easily sort out which ones they are afterwards. You could find them because, as I said, the videos are all. So what I might just try to leave here and do my guesswork and see if we got it right. Because the videos are all AVI files. You can always watch the videos locally, but you got to figure out which ones you haven't seen, and that's going to be a pain in the ass. But I'll probably do that. There are 2 of them, yes. They both talk about getting tattoos, Akipu. So there is a part of the video where they both have a tattoo, and they both talk about getting a tattoo. Both of them. We've already established that. I mean, at the early part of the video, there's definitely only one of them has the tattoo, but towards the later videos, they both have one, and they both give their reasons for getting it. which are very different between the two ladies. All right. Have you done forensic motive evidence? Not forensic. We've done motive and done evidence. Let's try forensic. Forensic. We did motive. We did evidence. And motive and evidence. You know, we've done those. Motive didn't have nothing. Evidence. What? Why did you get another song? We did do evidence. Obviously, we didn't.
Rehearsed? You ask me the same question, you'll get the same answer. Is that your evidence?
We've got another song.
I thought about what happened then.
We've got another
It's all
song,
I thought
Ben.
about. My husband is dead.
So she's going to sing us another song.
Really? Here's the rest. Laid a body on the doctor. Wind and the rain, till a fiddler with a fiddle came walking by, all the dreadful wind and rain. And he made a fiddle bow of her long hair, all the wind and the rain. Yes, he made a fiddle bow of her long blonde hair, all the dreadful wind and rain. And he made fiddle pegs of her finger bows, all the wind and the rain. Yes, he made fiddle pegs from her finger bows, all the dreadful wind and rain. And he made a fiddle out of her breastbone, all the wind and rain. The sound could pierce her heart of stone, all the dreadful wind and rain. But the only tune that the fiddle could play was all the wind and the rain. Yes, the only tune that the fiddle could play was all the dreadful wind and rain. Anything you sing may be used as evidence against you.
So that was the end of the song. She started the song earlier, and that was the end of the song because she didn't want to. She said she wouldn't finish it because it was getting gruesome or something. Hey, Jonathan, it's different. It's definitely different. All right, so I'm gonna call out. I'm gonna call out and buzz, and let's do this. Let's see what happens. Good. See, look. Look. It was the kid. Look. Do you think you understand why your mother did what she did? So it's the kid. Okay, what's the kid? Do you think you understand? Oh, yes, I think I do. Of course I don't. I'm glad, Sarah. What? I'll be waiting outside. Log off and we can meet over the road. Sarah, hang on, is that the kid? Wait, hang on. Was Sarah? Who was Sarah?
I would have been a good mother. I was young, but
Sarah's the kid, then.
I would have been a good mother. She was a girl, by the way, the baby. We were going to call her Sarah. Simon wanted to call her Ava after
It was a
his
cute
nana,
word we already had, though.
but I didn't want her to have a symmetrical name.
You know what? That's... I don't know, because his name was Simon Smith, so we don't... But yeah, we didn't... There was a video we already seen, though. Yeah, Ava didn't find nothing. So Sarah's obviously she was saying in that video that Sarah was going to be as the name of the kid, and that was Sarah that's watching this video. So it was the kid. So it's obviously the kid that's coming back to try to find out what happened to her mom. Sam Barlow. Ah, yes, Savannah, yes. Sam Barlow, he was the guy that actually did the game. That makes sense. So I don't know. So he basically said, if you think you know what you're doing, log out and come across the road. Does that mean you log out and you end it, or is it putting you back here so you can search more? Because I don't know. Yeah, Lightning. We've looked up Attic. We've looked up a bunch of videos on Attic. There's 12 altogether. We've got a bunch. I've seen more than 5, but I'm not sure what other terms we searched for Attic. But we did see a bunch of them about the Attic. At the moment, I was just trying to fill out a couple of videos that we hadn't seen. Because if you look here, we got most of them, and I think I know what's going on. So I think we can leave. But it ends when you leave. Okay. Okay. So it ends when you leave, but so I guess you can, if you stuck it out here, you can chill out and search, carry on searching, right? I guess. Because yeah. So Sam's waiting outside for us. So I guess when we leave, we'll get the ending. I don't know. Well, we haven't finished it yet. We haven't seen the ending, and you get the ending when you leave, I guess, right? I'm guessing when we leave we'll get an ending. I'm sure there's an ending, Parrot. I'm sure that there is, right? Because he told us what to do. We've got to meet him outside. So if we go outside, we'll probably get an ending, I think. You can't handle this nonsense. Okay, let's head out and let's see. Let's log off. So you log off, you got credits. Yeah, it's an ending. Look, you got credits. This is the ending. Credits. If you know what I mean.